Hey, what's going on? I am late as always, as always, as always. Had we got always got a lot going on. Okay, look like we got 187 Mob in the building, Mona in the building, Tosh Coffee in the building, IRS in the building, IO7. We got Ski Mask in the building, What is Life in the building, Marlo Buckets in the building. We got Noob King in the building, Bav in the building. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna put the link up in like 15, 20 minutes. This live is only gonna be for 1 hour long because I got to get to work, back to work. But shout out to What is Life in the building once again. So I'm gonna be on here for an hour, but I'm gonna allow you guys to come up. Anybody wants to come up, I think this is right up Ski's alley because he felt some kind of way, I think, because of that video I put out about the useful idiot. You guys already know who that is. We got Tashkovsky in the building. What do you say? Tchaikovsky. Well, either way, here's the situation. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, no, the reason why I do these lives super late, guys, is because I'm always late because I got a million things going on. Like I said, my apologies, but it's bad out here. So DTW in the building, Christina in the building. So let me say this, okay? This live was more so about, I did that video. I was going off on Robert, okay, 2 days ago, because I'm like, this dude is just out of his mind. And I was angry because I'm like, I tried to help the dude and he took it to a level of shout out TC in the building. He took it to a level of not being respectful to what I was trying to do. And by the way, look, Ski, and if you and DTW wants to hash it out on here, you can, but I'm going to stay out of it because ultimately, I forgave because I know how I treated that individual and that led up to the drama between all of us. So I got to take ownership on that. In fact, I was talking bad about Black folks, which caused Ski to get triggered enough to say what he said, which is why I had to ultimately forgive because I think that he deserved that much because I was literally bashing somebody and now I was bashing Black people. And that angers. Like I got angry listening to that show yesterday that I'm going to talk about here. We're going to get straight to it. I'm going to give you guys what you want. Okay. I could be a bigger person and not talk about the Robert situation, but I got to talk about it because it's content in regards to like what I used to do to people on this channel and how ignorant it was ultimately. But we're gonna talk about Robert. But yeah, I think DTW, you owe Ski apology for you did throw the buck and just push it all on them. You did push it all on them. You blamed them for everything, even though you were hyping them up. And you remember I was telling you that you're like trying to be Jerry Springer and you got these guys, going off on me and you're like the ringleader. So you should have like literally just kept it about you and not Ski or the other guy. And then I think Ski would not care. But because you like blamed them, I think that's why Ski cares about that. All right, let's see what we got here. And y'all tell me in the chat while we're going. Y'all let me know if y'all want to talk about this Robert situation because he's the useful idiot that we're talking about. Somebody, I think Craig actually might be able to come up here and add some context to what a useful idiot is, welfare world, because I think he can truly say with respect that I've been being a useful idiot for the past 3 months. I'm over here talking about Black people, only the bad, not the good. And I'm talking about people who are a limited few people in our community. I'm talking about all these people, but I engage some of the same behavior. So, I was asking Cali Girl about 5 minutes ago. Shout out to Nothing But Silicone in the building. I was asking Cali Girl, what is a useful idiot? Because what I consider a useful idiot is like you got Sam Rothstein. You remember off of Casino when he hired the board uncle, or I'm sorry, the board of director of the casinos in Vegas. He hired his nephew. That nephew was literally slow, but he gave him a job to be like a slot attendant the slot machine that he was supposed to be monitoring hit 3 times in a row. And the guy was like oblivious to it to the point that he fired him and said, I don't care. You're a freaking idiot, because he was mad that he got called an idiot, and he talked back, and then Sam, fired him. That's kind of what's going on, what I was engaging in. And I'm going to tell you guys why in a second. Shout out to Jay Media in the building. I'm going to tell you guys why. So Ski, you can come on. Ski, you can come on and shout out to Sam Scottsdale. You sent me that article about the whole Sam sent me that article with the women that they were making monkey mannerisms with. We got Furby in the building. So y'all let me know. Porter City in the building. Once again, I was 7 in the building. Shout out to you. Mario Buckets in the building. Yeah, the protester is going to be a useful idiot. The other day, I was laughing at myself about Robert. Robert is the type of black man that would enslave his own people in slavery days. Absolutely. Yep. You're absolutely right. Sam, you're helping with some topics, but it's more than that, because Christina helps out with that too. So you got to have some longevity. We got to see more positivity. And it's like remember, most of the mods been here for like 6 to 12 months. So y'all let me know, okay? Shout out to Rock on the building. Good riddance in the building. We got the bunch in the gang in the building. What do y'all want? Do y'all want to see why? And actually, you know what? I'm gonna just put the link up now. We'll do a review of, even though I don't want to platform, I hate the platform of racist, but this is let me tell you why first, okay? I'm not gonna put nobody on just yet. Y'all can go in the back office. I'm gonna give me 5 minutes to explain why I'm doing this, okay? So I'm not gonna look at the chat for a second, guys, because I gotta go and cook for a second. So 5 minutes, I'm not gonna be looking at the chat. I'm looking at the screen. So look, guys, here's the situation. The reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of y'all think that I just be causing people to hate me. Like I'm always the drama. Like, and I tell y'all, I don't do nothing but just try to be a good human being. I try to show everybody respect, love, give everybody attention. But like for some reason, it doesn't come back to me. So my whole entire time on YouTube, the only time I ever doxed or showed a text message on screen was never from anybody. I've never done that. I've never talked about a phone call that was private, that was told by was said to not say it on live, or not to talk about it. Don't tell my secret. I've never done that. The only time I got close to it was when I sent that text message to I showed Christina a message to Wordplay, which was messed up, but I was frustrated. I apologize, Christina. But other than that, I didn't show the message on live. I didn't talk about the message. Christina decided to do that. But besides that, I've never doxed. I know what I know what Rocco looked like. I know what I know what Kelly looked like now. I know what all these people look like, but I've never one time doxed, tried to embarrass, no matter what anybody said to me. I just don't do that. So the reason why I'm frustrated with the Robert situation, which is why I'm calling him a useful idiot, I'm letting him, just live with that trope, is that he tried to go in his live and say that I doxed, like I showed messages for my friends trying to, blow up their spot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, first off, you're lying. I've never done that. I've never went and showed any text messages from anybody. Even with Ski going back and forth, I never showed his emails that he wrote me. I never done it, because I feel like if it was done in private, it stays private. Okay. So he made that lie up, which frustrated me, angered me, because people that were watching that, which I'm thinking to myself, actually, the only people that's on this live probably are racist white people, because who can watch a black man get destroyed by a racist white man, literally a racist white man? Okay. Who want to watch this other than white people? Because he was getting demolished. I'm going to show you guys. There was a bunch of different points he was just getting. It got to the point that the guy said that he wanted, like what Hitler used for Jewish folks, like a glass tub or whatever it was, like a big container that had like water or something in it, and he threw the Jewish people in there to drown or whatever. He said he wished in 2024 they would do the same thing for black people. Like he wants black people that's here, for that to happen. This man literally said that he doesn't want to live within 3 streets of a black person. And there was no rebuttals. It was no why. When white people do this or this person does that, I don't understand. Like what type of, and then he tried to, at the end of of all of this, he tried to say that I would actually agree with this man and I would be rocking with this racist man because I say the same stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, come on, dude. Now that just blasphemy. But then here's the thing. I do say the fact that no white person would ever say I want to move to the black community, and no black person when they get money say I want to move to the black community. I do say some of that stuff, but it's context to it. The context is when you say no black person says I want to move to black communities because most of our communities, you have a lot of poverty going on. A lot of that and the challenges that black people are dealing with are due to government practices that were put in place to keep black people poor, to where you don't have too many affluent black communities unless, you know, these black individuals are rich. And you're going to have white people and everybody else mixed in. But you don't really have all black communities all like that. You know, there's a few, but not that many because of this fact that you have a lot of poverty in our community. Instead of me explaining it like that, I would say, oh, black people never say they want to move to a black community because of violence, the shootings. Instead of addressing the reason why there's shootings and all that happening, because of the fact when the government put the drugs in, literally on the corner of some of these major cities, and then they got the people hooked on the drugs to where the drug dealers are selling the people the drugs. And now it's a battle of greed, which is going to be anything. White folks got greed when it comes to, like, you know, something that they're invested in. They don't want nobody else to be able to invest in it either. Or it's going to be some destruction going on at the top. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. So, but yeah, DTW, I'm assuming, Ski, he's going to run away. He's not going to be on here because I wouldn't take the smoke from you, Ski, if I was him, because he did mess up with that. So I say save that for another day. But with that said, yeah, we'll keep moving. Schizo Sunbear. How else are we going to change? I don't know what that means. Okay, so Dennis, you told us not to live near other blacks too. That's the point I'm making. Like I said, not to live around other black people. Not all blacks. I'm talking about the thugs and the, you know. The one thing I'm going to agree with that racist, the only thing that he might have said that's right is that when it comes to other race of people, they're losers, meaning people who are on welfare for their whole life, people who are living off of people their whole life, people that are literally doing nothing. Like those are our losers in our community. Every other community will bash those people and call them losers and not let them feel comfortable. You know, because if you get comfortable being a loser, then you're going to continue being a loser. Shout out to Nab in the building. So I agree with that point, but you got to wonder, why are these people losers? Once again, there's factors that cause black people to be in those social, socially being in despair, socially being inferior to other races due to the fact that, you know, you have like the freaking Black Wall Street being bombed. You have your, once again, welfare being put in place in a way to keep the man out the household. You have the drugs being put on the street. You have Joe Biden then locking up all the productive black men who happen to sell drugs. But those were the smart guys in our community because they were selling drugs to try to give the family a better life. Wrong way, but they still were doing it. But you put them in jail. So now you got crackheads raising kids. You know, there's a lot that the government did that hurt black people. And instead of me saying that too, I would only say we don't want to move around black people because it's going to be dangerous, or this or that, or this or that. That's what I should have addressed. So look, the link is right there. Okay. Like I said, I'm only addressing this with hot facts because it is content. Okay. He did lie about a lot of stuff. For him to say that one time, my friends, when I don't have, I mean, I'm sorry, at this point, I don't really have friends. I have like 4 people I would consider a friend. But for him to say that I doxed my friends and I did all this stuff, and then he also lied and said that I sent him the Instagram message before or after he did the live, and he said it was a successful live, it was great, everything was good. I'm thinking to myself, dude, literally, this was not a good live. Like, you had this man destroying you, and I'm going to show y'all in a second, okay? I'm going to show you in a second what I mean by he was getting destroyed, and he considered this a productive, good live when he was getting like demolished. Like he's if I was him, I would have deleted the video. This is embarrassing, okay? But he tried to like say that I was jealous. I sent them a message, by the way, guys. I think most of y'all already saw the message. Okay, so let me tell you the message. And by the way, I'm going on Thunder's live. I'm going on Thunder's live on Wednesday at 9 p.m. his time. I'm going to share the link once I get to it. Get on live so that way you guys can watch. I'll probably do another mute the video and hear it, and we'll do he's gonna do an interview to where we're gonna talk about everything going on right now. So I'm looking forward to that because I want to get things out. I want to get things out, and I want, you know, people to know what I know about racism, the fact that now I'm actually entertaining. I'm entertaining it now because I kind of woke up and realized the past 2 weeks of all this racist stuff happening to me that I gotta apologize to all you guys because I didn't know it was like this. Like, this was like just a smack in my face. Like, I've never seen anything like this before prior to the past 2 weeks. So I wrote this guy a message, okay? This was about 4 days ago when he did his he was doing a debate with this racist guy, and I said to this man, and he posted it. He posted screenshots, which is the only reason why I am showing this. So he posted my screenshots, okay? Like, I wrote these, goodness in my heart, trying to help the guy out. I said to him, I said, bro, do you know what the racist dude be on? Please don't tell anyone I wrote you, but this dude be calling us black dudes the N-word with the ER and monkeys on his channel. Do as you feel is best, but be warned, he may flip on you. Only giving you a heads up to help you out, but I want to stay out the drama. I wrote this to this man. So I wrote this to this man like 4 or 5 days ago. I'll get this in my heart because I didn't want him to get demolished because I could tell that he wouldn't be able to handle a debate with a racist. Okay. So instead of him taking it and like saying, you know, I appreciate the heads up, he decides to post my message and show me disrespect by like saying I'm afraid to have a conversation because this man is all about the numbers. He's all about some views. He doesn't understand that me showing up on his live, yes, he's probably going to get to 1,000 views because it's going to be fire. But shout out to Mav. I appreciate that, Mav. Let's get to 400 people on the live here. But I'm not going to entertain that because I'm not going to give this attention because now this guy, the racist guy's going to get more attention. He's going to get more views, and then he's going to maybe get some more fans, which are white people that hate black people. So I'm not going to entertain that. But he's so thirsty for the attention and the views because his channel, Robert's channel, I can't call him his YouTube name because he doesn't get my respect at this point, even though I don't hate the guy. I'm not mad at the guy. He's a useful idiot. I feel sorry for the guy. He usually only gets like 50 or 100 people that watches his live whenever he goes on live. So this live with this guy, the first one, he got like 500 or 600 views. Then the second one got like 700 views. So he's literally excited. And then he did a third one because he's so excited. He did a third live with the guy to where the guy, it was to the point that this dude, actually, you know what? Let's just show, like, let's make this live. I'm going to show you guys, Ski, here's the topic. I mean, here's the link. Come on, Ski, tell me where I got it wrong. I called out everything he was going to do. Everything he's going to do, he's going to let this man look good. He was going to let this man disrespect black people. He was going to let this man spew lies. He's going to let this man do all this stuff. So why would I be open to going on this man's live? And this ain't a beef. I'm sorry to say a beef. This is him. And, you know, I can't help myself. I told Christina to stop going to people's channels because it's going to cause you to want to talk about it, okay? Talk to these people about it. I didn't want to do it, but I couldn't help myself. So I went on and watched the whole live. Shout out to Ski in the building. I watched the whole live. And it caused me to go down a rabbit hole of realizing that this guy literally is attention because he said that I lied about those messages when I sent the message before he did his live show. So Ski, before I show his video and go through it, why do you think that I should have let him go? I should let him live. You know, I was wrong to bash him, which I thought it was like a purpose behind what I was saying. But what do you disagree with in regards to the way I'm handling this hot facts and the racist guy?
Um, the way I say is this: useful idiot. Hot facts is not a useful idiot because he knows what he's doing and he knows why he's doing it. To be a useful idiot, you just got to be like in a realm of you don't know what you're doing and you're pushing an agenda that you don't really know what's behind it. In regards to that, he's not a useful idiot. Actually, I think he has stumbled upon gold. This is something you don't see on YouTube of a black person confronting an open racist man, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, I watched a little bit of the interview he had with the guy. I don't know much about hot facts, but I'm definitely gonna catch that live Tuesday to see what it's more about. But I mean, like, this is pretty interesting, man. Like, this is better than cable.
Okay. Now, that's a good point there. So this is the reason why I say useful idiot when it comes to hot facts. Okay. Since you watched some of that live, this is the reason why I didn't like what he did. First off, he's talking about chicken. He starts off before they even start talking. He used the trope. He allowed this man. Because remember, most of the people that was on that live came from this racist white man's channel. Like hot facts didn't bring none of these people. So he goes on there jucking and jiving, talking about, yeah, I got my fried chicken, and I think he said Kool-Aid or something, like he was playing into this. So my thing was, Ski, if you would have debated this white guy, you would have had facts. You would have known how to do a debate. He was letting this white guy, the guy said literally, what, by the way, do you know what it was that Hitler did with like some type of tank that he put like Jewish folks in to kill them? Like, what was that?
Yes, I believe that was a gas tank.
So
Like,
the guy said, oh, go
mhm.
ahead.
No. Keep going.
Now I said the guy said that he wanted to bring that gas tank back or whatever and put all the black people in that because of the fact we need to be gone from this country. And he didn't have no rebuttal to that. He just he was so thirsty just for the attention that he started talking about something else. You would have responded back to that at least, or would you have just moved on to another subject?
See, this is why I say Robert Reese is really a genius. Is because it's kind of like it's like reverse psychology a little bit. What Robert did was the best thing ever because he's acting the fool and everybody sees it and acts and like everybody see him and acting the fool. By Robert not responding lets you know these people do exist and they have pretty messed up thoughts. So by him not responding was kind of smart because it caught your attention. And you're like, at this point, if I had to ask you, who's worse, Robert or the fat guy with the tattoos that doesn't brush his teeth?
Obviously the fat guy, but here's the thing. Robert is truly like this is the reason why I'm saying he doesn't know what he's doing. He kept saying like look yeah like after like every like half an hour when somebody say dude you're getting destroyed you're not he's just berating you. He would say you guys saying that I'm not responding back, but we're having a back and forth here. Like it was no back and forth, it was one way. He really I could tell energy and I could tell with his eyes that he thought that he was debating the guy. He thought that he was winning. He thought this was like a legit like battle of like why you're wrong. Like he didn't prove nothing the guy said wrong. And then like when the guy asked him or said something about like he wants like the cops because Robert said something about the cops beat up black people for no reason, blah blah blah. So then the guy responds and says yes because you guys are violent or whatever such. So then Robert comes back and says oh no, the guy says yeah, and I hope they whoop y'all ass even more. I hope they beat y'all even harder because I want y'all to want to go back to Africa. And then Robert, like, instead of rebutting that, like he said, actually did say that what you mean? You guys were like he says about Native Indians, whatever, were here first, and y'all. And then they start talking about the slaughter and that white people are better at like conquering whatever, which was no rebuttal to that. Then he goes into, but I'm not going back to Africa because they got like hyenas as pets and I don't want no parts of that. And I'm like, dude, you're literally now you moved on to bashing Africans, not knowing that Africans are like leading in like technology breakthroughs and all kinds of things that black people are doing over there. And you didn't have no rebuttal to that. And that's the reason why I said that at this point, he thinks he's debating, he thinks he's doing something. And this ain't a joke. He literally thinks that he's smart and that he was like holding his own, but he was literally getting called a Tyrone over and over again. He was taking it. I'm sorry, Ski, would you sell out for this? Because all it is about views. He only got like 500 extra views. Was doing that worth 500 extra views in your eyes?
I mean, it's kind of like I really think a conversation with Robert would make it a little bit better, so that we can get his true idea. Only because the way you're describing it, because I've seen a little bit of the situation, I haven't seen it, but like what it seems like to me is he's a genius, but it's like he's a genius not by purpose. It's like by luck, because like what he's doing by not responding, it's kind of like when Christina doesn't respond. Like when she gets into a debate and everybody's like, "Oh, you're attacking Christina," and then it makes like Coach Eli look bad or whatever. So then you got Robert that's doing the same tactic, and this guy's exposing his hand. But I just kind of want to know. It goes back to what you said. Is he a useful idiot? Is this on purpose, or is he just playing? To me, I feel like whatever he's doing is working. It's catching people's attention. He said he wants to bring back the gas chamber from Hitler and use it on black people. This is needed. And it's kind of like, I mean, needed as in to show that this stuff actually does exist. So Robert stumbled upon the gem, but the question is, can he keep this gem going on the next episode of Hot Facts?
Yeah, you got a good point there. I'm going to show some of the clips, and y'all in the chat can be the deciding voice if he's truly a genius in regards to what Ski. It makes sense what Ski's saying. I mean, I get it now. I understand now what he's saying. But I want y'all to just keep this in mind. I won't debate this racist because ultimately we do have, on surface level, some of the same. We agree on some of the same stuff in regards to like black on black crime and stuff like that. But unlike me, I'm actually stating the fact that, especially now that the government plays a part in keeping black people hating each other, fighting each other, killing each other, having no opportunity, robbing, stealing because of, the fact if you're in a city and you're like, rats for the most part, if you got one piece of cheese in the middle of a freaking tank with like 100 rats, they're going to start eating each other because, if once that cheese is gone, you got to eat each other. And you're going to have packs that attack one. So that's what happens with, like in Chicago, when you got one bag of money in the middle of the city because you have no jobs, you have no other options, you got to do what you got to do. And it might be killing your brother to take that money out of his pocket. It might be freaking destroying and tearing somebody's house down so that way you can, benefit. It's a lot of chaos that goes on because of what ultimately the government has put us, the position they put us in as black people. But I'm going to show some clips of this live so we can have context to what I'm pretty much saying here. So let's
most definitely.
I got to talk in between, by the way. And Ski, if any points you want to make, just speak, and then I'll cut the video, and you can make a point anytime. And anybody else want to jump on, you're free to jump on. We're going to discuss some of this live. But anything you want to add before I play it, Ski?
Most definitely. While you're bringing that up, I would say, I think it would be lovely if you was able to promote a live of you questioning Robert Reese, because I just think it would make great content. You don't have to platform Fatty McDonald with tattoos. You don't have to platform him. But I think it'd be great if you if you interview Robert Reese, so then we know, is this on purpose? Is this by accident? But also we can get a better detail of this situation.
Okay. I think I wouldn't do it. I would do it on my channel, but I think you or somebody that's smarter than me, you got to remember, Ski, I'm not going to act like I'm Dennis Luther King out here. I'm literally Dennis. I'm not going to act like I know Black history because I never cared about Black history other than, what was forced onto me because I thought that I'm American. And even in school, I didn't care about no history. I didn't care about American history. I don't even know the freaking, the wars, whatever. So I want you to understand, I would only do it if you, or shout out to Thunder to Building. Remember, I'm on with Thunder Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'll share the link, guys, once he puts it up. But yeah, I wouldn't do it because I don't know enough about Black history and I would be ignorant. Shout out to Jinx in the building, Twiggy in the building, and TVL. I would be ignorant to try to do that. So Ski, if you're down to do that, then you just shoot me an email or whatever, or just let me know and I can set it up. But I'll be ignorant. It's like an idiot talking to an idiot when it comes to Black history.
Well, last point before you pull up that video, I just think you should do it so then you don't have any beef with Robert because you're kind of saying a lot of spicy things that Robert can take the wrong way. But it's like you have these personal feelings towards Robert, and it's like, hey, why not settle them like right here before they go any farther? To be like, hey, Robert, I think this. He says, well, this, that. But I mean, that's on the next episode of the Dennis Jerome Jr. show. So.
You know, I'll tell you, this is what I mean by growth in my life. Ski came on here and he convinced me to just, like if Robert jumps on here to let him jump on. Like I wasn't gonna deal with Robert. No, I wasn't even gonna do this. But I figured this is the content people want and people enjoy. I'm not gonna talk to the racists, but Robert I'll allow to come on and speak up to, the reason why he decided to do that live. See, the reason why I was even did this live right now and angry because he showed my text message I sent to him trying to help him out. And Ski, you be thinking that I be beefing with everybody. I literally try to stay out beef. Like I show everybody respect. I wrote that message to him thinking that he would see it like, okay, this guy called Dennis a monkey and he calls black people the ER. And why would I platform this guy? Like that's what I thought you would say, but I didn't think he was going to show the message and make it seem like I'm scared of the guy, to debate the guy. I just don't want to platform a guy that's going to literally say, like he said, the whole go back to Africa. And like he says all this nasty stuff. Like he actually said, I don't know if you saw this yet. We're going to show it. He actually said that the reason why he goes past fast food places that he wants to eat at, he looks inside. If he sees more than 2 black people, then he goes to a different restaurant because he said that I think it was black women have 40% chance of having herpes. And he doesn't want to take that chance of him making his food. So he keeps it moving. Like, that's the type of stuff I'm not platforming. And it even got worse than that. It got to the point it was comical. Like, that's offensive. Like, I have freaking 3 sisters, my daughter. Like, I care about my women too much to freaking sit here. Now, people will try to compare that to what I used to say. What I used to say was just, I used to talk about hood rats and for the most part, hood dudes. But I wasn't talking about, like, productive, just regular black people. But at the same time, I shouldn't be talking to nobody because at the same time, I'm considered a hood dude in reality. But yeah, you can't have that trolling happen because that's causing division because now that gives ammo to black men who hate our women who are going to ultimately use that as a reason to hate them more. They got herpes, 40% of them. But I'm going to play through this conversation. And I'm going to say, I got to cut it every minute so that way we won't get, copyright struck on here. So let me speed it up a little bit. And remember, I don't condone any of this stuff that's said. I'm just going to show it. And I am going to allow Robert, because of, Ski, that point that he just made makes sense, to come on and, speak for himself. Let's see here. All right, here we go.
To me, you seem like an urban black, so that does make you a Tyrone. Are you the N-word to me? Absolutely. Can I still interrupt?
I will go ahead and put that on blast and bury people. I'm pro-black. It is what I do. I'm involved with everybody else.
Actually, he already talks fast. I can't even speed it up. I gotta just let it be normal speed. Just go back here.
Up there, I'm a Tyrone. I'm a nigger. I am that. So I got to ask you, what's up with that? And are you racist?
I am racist 100%, just like all people should be. You're pro-black. I'm pro-white. You're a Tyrone because you're black, and to me, you seem like an urban black, so that does make you a Tyrone. Are you the N-word to me? Absolutely. Can I still interact with you just on straight level? Yes.
Okay, just on straight.
All right, so that's the pre-show. That was 3 days ago, or 4 days ago. Now this is today or yesterday.
All right, now, folks. Now, I'm gonna give a disclaimer, okay, and a warning. There will be language, verbiage that some people may not agree with, that some people may not like. The verbiage and the language that we will be putting out there is not to create hate. It is not to create violence, but it is the truth in the matter about how some had to get a test to listen to. I go and defend and back him up about his issue with JB Gunner. JB Gunner was speaking about all black people, not just him.
Here we go. This is when he goes at me, and this is what I didn't like.
Coffee with JB Gunner, and what happened was, give me one quick sec. What happened was, Dennis Jerome James was upset about a situation. He was upset that I did not go and defend and back him up about his issue with JB Gunner. JB Gunner was speaking about all black people, not just him. So if he has an issue with JB Gunner, he could have handled it like a man and did what I did. This is what I'm doing. Talk to him like a man to talk like this. It has nothing to do with Dennis. Okay. Now, the thing with Dennis, people said, why did you put that up? I waited a whole day after the live was over because Dennis was saying it's going to suck, it's going to fail, all these things that were going to happen never happened, and it was actually a success. Well, after it being a success, and I saw how he threw his own friends under the bus from growing up with and putting all their business out all over YouTube, I said there's no way that man is going to try to tell me not to say anything when that's all he does.
Okay, so real quick, that was the biggest thing that angered me, because here's the thing. First off, I never put, let's keep it a buck. He's talking about Brandon and Allure. I never put their business out. Okay. All I said was what I said on YouTube. I never said anything about their past. I never said anything about text messages they sent me. I never said anything. I never done that. I haven't done that to nobody, as far as I remember. Even with Ski, I never showed an email that he wrote me. Even when we were going back and forth, I never showed an email. I never showed anything from any of these people other than what was public. I never done that. So that's the reason why I was like, what the heck? And then on top of that, that text message I wrote him on Instagram was done the same day of the live. So I didn't even watch the live. And when I came the next day, the reason why, like, I didn't talk about the live other than the racist guy. I never talked about Hot Facts or whatever, Robert, doing that live. I said that I didn't like the way that he tried to come on and he tried to talk one-on-one with me and big up this man and try to say this man like respect and this man opinion and blah, blah, blah. When this man was berating black people and he literally threatened to kill me and Christina for her dating or talking to a black man. He thinks she's dating a black man, but she's never been with a black man before. She's only been with white guys for the most part, Hispanic. But he thought that, and he said it would kill her too. So he tried to come on and big up him, and that's when I flipped out on him. And he tried to manipulate it to make it seem like I was showing, like I was being disrespectful, talking about this live is a failure. When I call a live that you get freaking what? I think he got like 600 views in this live. I don't see the numbers, but okay, he got 500 views. If you call this a success when you're tagging a bunch of racist folks, actually, I'm going to say he's not tagging racist folks. I take it back. Other than Torp, these are just people that he wants the attention. So that's the reason why I took that personal. Okay, Ski, you can call me out right now. In your history of being on my channel, have I ever doxed, showed a picture, showed an email, showed a text? Did I show anything or give out some privileged information that person may have not wanted out? Have I ever done that before that you remember? Be real. If I done it, just remind me.
Okay, most definitely. So this is a yes, no, but I do have a follow-up.
No, not yes or no. Not, you can go however you want to answer.
Okay, so answer no. However, Hot Facts, what he was saying was, your life is on the internet and you openly share your life. So what happened was you contacted, or you was speaking with someone that was thinking there was a marketing genius, and he probably was like, you probably wouldn't care. But I mean, it's like, I get, how would I say? He put out this, no, you have never did that. But since you live your life on the internet, he's just like, well, since everybody else knows a whole lot of things about you, more detailed things, this probably wouldn't be as much as what we know about you or your audience. But what he did was right or wrong. Personally, it's like, what was so bad with the text message? But then it's like, you have your privacy and you have the right to be like, okay, this should be private, right? So
shout out to What Is Life. 1 second before I'm going to answer your question, What Is Life? So Ski, the whole text was me literally in a text message saying, please do not share. I don't want no drama. Because Ski, you're back here. You even told me to stop the drama. Everybody told me to stop the drama. I don't want no drama. I did that thinking I'm helping a fellow black man. And remember a week ago when I told y'all, this is why I don't rock with black folks, only the uppity ones, because every time I try to help out what you would consider a nigga, it always backfire on me. This didn't need to this didn't need to happen. I tried to help him, even though I don't really rock with him. I still tried to help him. And it backfires on me where he shows a message making me look like a pussy to weak folks who don't understand. I don't want no more drama because everybody calls me a drama queen. And literally, I'm just minding my business. That's the reason why I took it offensive because, like, dude, I said don't share because it's going to cause drama in my life. What is life? I never said that man went to jail. What happened was he talked about how he went and that happened to him. He told that story like the first week of him being on my YouTube channel because of Clean Benz coming at him, and he admitted that he did all that. Okay, I don't know if that man went to jail. I'm talk to the guy. If I
remember he like when he had the run-in with Clean Benz, he said he said what he did to the woman, but I remember the whole thing that started you and him falling out was you mentioned he went to prison or something on a live. He got mad at you about that.
No, he admitted that he went to jail. He said he went to jail.
Bro, I'm telling you what I remember. Like on that live, you definitely mentioned him going to like prison or something, and he didn't want you to expose that.
No, he already admitted that he went to jail. He literally said that he went to jail because of that. Like he said it on live. So first off, that was information that once again he put public. So I didn't think it would be an issue if I was to say that. But besides all that, he put that out there. I didn't that I went to jail. I even told you guys I went to jail for driving with no license. So once again, I didn't think that was a big deal.
So why did he get mad on that live then?
No, he got mad because of me talking about the reason why he got in trouble. And he, once again, attacked me first. Remember, Clean Benz don't rock with me now, all because of him, me trying to tell him to stop talking about Brandon's past, weighing on that energy. And I think he feels like I took Brandon's side, who he felt, and he told me in advance that Brandon was going to be the guy that he turned into. He told me not to rock with him because this is what's going to happen. Look what happened. He tried to burn everything down before leaving. So Clean hasn't been on here ever since the second time I tried to check him. And it was when What Is Life? You were on that live and y'all was bashing that black woman. And I told him to stop talking about
I was not doing that.
No, you weren't bashing. I'm saying the men that were on there, a lot of them were, they're bashing the black women. I came on, I ended the live in accent. And after that live, he hasn't been on since. You know, he might have something going on in his life. I don't know. But I'm assuming it's because of me, Brandon, defending him, even though he didn't do the same for me when everybody was coming at me. And then it was me coming at him about the black woman. So, you know, once again, I've never doxed or told anybody's info. I never showed our messages, What It's Life. I've never came on here and said, the only thing I said about you was, I don't like when you say something crazy on my YouTube channel and then you try to send me a text message talking about, it's all good, bro. I still got love for you. That's other than that, I've never showed our messages. I just said, people would text me, not just you, people would text me some stuff and I can like look good by showing the message, but I don't do it because I feel like if somebody sends you something in private, you should not be showing it on live. You don't talk about anything people have told you. I know stuff about people that would ruin their relationships. I'm not going to say it because I feel like it goes too far. And you in the chat, y'all can call me out if y'all see any comments in the chat that makes sense. And by the way, Conquistador, Ski, I should let him just sit here and cook you and just
yo Dennis, before you continue, bro, I'm not trying to cut you off. I just wanted to get on and I had to check you on that because I really do remember that happening on live, but I believe you know what you're saying, but I'm gonna go back off and listen. Appreciate you though.
Appreciate you. So right, Ski, no problem. Ski, I should have let you go off on this dude. This dude literally, when I was bashing black folks, you know, for that 2-month period, I ain't gonna lie. Cali Girl wants me to go to counseling because yes, there is some hate because all the bad stuff that happens in my life usually happens with niggas. I ain't gonna lie, just like what happened with Hot Facts just now with what he did. It's always that. So it causes me to like have resentment and treat them a certain way. So Conquistador, when I was talking about black folks, okay, he was all for it. He was on the panel. He was rocking out. Yes, he would give some rebuttals on why I need to be more inclusive, whatever, sometimes. But for the most part, he never had all this hate towards me. But then the moment that I start talking about the white slave owners who descendants benefited from the slavery, who are living their best life, not giving no money to black folks, but they want like black folks to vote Democrat. They want to act like they're supporters of black people when they're literally not living around black people. A lot of these people don't know black people. He now has an issue with me talking about that. But when I was talking black, he loves the channel. But now I'm a racist. And I saw that message, Conquistador. You sent it on Brandon's Discord. And I'm not going to show it because it's unnecessary. You said you weren't going to be on my channel no more because you don't follow racist people. You said you're going to unsubscribe. So what do you have it? I'm a white fraternity alumni, and I'm proud. Like I literally be showing love to white people, like I show love to productive black people. But yes, I don't show love to the white trash, and I don't show love to white racist people or white people who benefited from slavery, which most of them were Democrats. Most of the Democrat wealth came from freaking plantations and freaking, the suffering of black people, using black people as freaking like.
What's up, Robert Reese?
You got the link. While we review this video, you can jump up here. I'm not coming on your channel. You jump up.
I just got to interject. So I just want to say, you see the example right there. He was able to hash it out with What Is Life. You said, what was your problem? You guys handle that, and it bettered the relationship. So, like, when hot facts come up here, just, you say your issue. He says your issue. He says his issue. And boom, and we can go on being a better, being better people, So it's like, you see Stout, he had an issue. Oh, my bad. What Is Life? He had an issue. He brought it up. You guys confronted it, talked it over like men. That's what I like to see, I'm your case manager. I'm your case worker. And keep doing a good job, Dennis.
No, you're absolutely spot on. I think I made a good choice bringing you back. And I think Cali Girl is loving this right now because you are absolutely keeping me on task. You're right. I should be, as a man, be able to talk to him and tell him why he's wrong and, move forward in the future. But me just going off on him wouldn't make any sense. But once again, if Hot Facts, you come on here, Robert, you come on here, don't come talking for 5 straight minutes. And then if I start talking, you cut me off and start talking for another. Don't do that. Just say your point. I respond. Say your point. I respond. So let's see once again if this discussion went well. And by the way, Robert, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not showing the whole video. I'm not restreaming you. I'm doing a what do you call it again, Ski? A reaction video right now. So you can't copyright strike. You can't do none of that. Just like with my videos that you used on your channel, I'm not going to copyright strike you because you're doing, a discussion. You're doing, reaction video. And this is for entertainment purposes only.
It turned out to be successful and it worked. And so therefore, I felt there was no harm in it because there was nothing there. JB Gunner is here. So everything he said was a false reality and a false statement. So I put it up there. And that's exactly what you got. There was nothing wrong with it. But to have another black man tell another black man, don't do it, well, I'm going to give you a heads up, but I'm not going to say nothing. That's that cat ass Uncle Tom ass shit that a lot of black people don't like. Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity, just like JB Gunner said, if you want to click the link to bring some stats. But if not, that's not going down. I don't want to hear nothing else about Dennis Jerome James. And because he did do it, people, I have a caveat that I'm throwing up here. One other black person can click the link because you may not feel how I feel. One other white person can click the link and be
okay. So what he did there was, it's like I'm not weak, okay, as a man. So like, because you tell me that I'm supposed to go on a show that's not going to contribute nothing to my channel, it's going to make me look like a clown. Because you can't debate a race. Actually, you tell me, Ski, can you debate a racist with facts and statistics?
Yes, you can, because like, once again, like, this is why I say it's such a genius, because when you look at this panel of Hot Facts and the Ronald McDonough burglar, it's like, you bring facts, this guy says something that's not factual. Look at him. He looks like a thug. He looks like,
Yep.
He looks like he's still catalytic converters. Like, how you got your catalytic converter still at your Toyota Prius? It looked like the fat guy with the tattoos did it. So the point I'm trying to get is, you bring those facts and it makes them look stupid. It's like, if you say, is the sky blue? And the guy says it's orange. He's just going to look stupid. So it's like, it depends how you want to take the debate. Because once again, like, just from watching it, Robert Reese, I don't know if he got lucky, but I'm like, shoot, you really made Just Butter Gunner look slow, man. Like, he did an excellent job, man. Like when I watched it, I said, this is what I be telling child Dennis. And Dennis is telling us that we need to live closer to Just Butt Gunner. You tell us to live closer to him, and I'm like, I don't want to live near him. But now you see,
right.
Yeah, so
it is scary to think that I was talking black people into moving next to white people that think this way. Because think about it, he has a nice, beautiful home. He's rich. He does good for himself. Like I would be the guy, because I'm like, like at one point I'm like, all white people love me, no matter what. So I'm gonna like be walking down the street and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he's gonna be like, this dirty N-word. Now I got to move to a different neighborhood.
And
but I'm thinking he loves me.
He's the type to give you fried chicken, gift cards to KFC, and you wouldn't have even seen it coming.
Yep.
He's that type of person that's going to come out with some Kool-Aid, some grape juice. He's the type of person that'd be like, hey, play football with my kids. You would never see it coming.
Yep. Bring you that watermelon. Like, you know, that neighbors give you that first, they give
Thank
you that first,
you.
like,
dessert, instead of a pie, you would have got a watermelon.
Cut up a watermelon. Yep.
Thank you.
Now, right. You know, you don't know what he put in that thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. I was trying to talk Black people into moving around white people that think this way. You know, I honestly thought racism was dead until I saw this live. Actually, not even this live. Okay, so Robert showed up. So until I saw that first video he did, hold on one second, Robert, I'm gonna give you the floor. Until I saw that video that this racist did, calling me a monkey and an N-word and saying he's gonna kill me and then kill Christina and hurt her kids if she said anything else, and if she continued messing with Black people, he's gonna do that. I didn't know racism was still here like that. I was shocked. And then when I saw the first live with the Robert, and you know, I saw like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and I can't watch this. This is nasty work. So then when I saw, or people could text me stuff that they said about Black people, I had to watch the live. And it was literally, I ain't gonna lie, it was, you know what? Ski, you're right. It was entertaining because this man was like roasting Black people and saying the most nastiest stuff. And it was funny jokes you would see on Family Guy, or you see on like, you know, like a channel of like a mentally retarded, like white person that's talking about Black people. You would see these tropes, these things that are said, and you just laugh. So it got in the point of being entertaining because I thought that Robert's going to give a response based on like something other than like, yeah, you know, I see what you're saying, but it wasn't that. But go ahead, Robert. Anything I said so far you want to address? And since you're on here, we can review this video. I'm going to extend this to another hour, and an hour and 20 minutes. And you can speak on why you let him slide on a bunch of different points, if you did it on purpose, or if it was an accident, or if you just, you know, you're just smarter than all of us. You tell us. But what do you think so far of what I said to this point?
Well, it's not smarter than all of you. Around here where I live, I let a whole lot of people know that I was going to be doing this interview, a whole lot of Black people. Today, when I pulled up to these spots, I was greeted with hugs and everything. They said that we need people like you who understand that education and knowledge is power, but you also got to be able to sit with the other side to get that done. They said you could have made us look so bad and then had him say, see, this is exactly how they are. They told me today in person, not on social media, thank you because you made us Black people look good because we are like this and not what they portray us as. So that was the main point there. Also, there were things inside there. Remember, I'm a journalist. I came in here as a news channel to get some traction, and I use the gig world as getting my stories out so I can then start working on what I really want to do. Now, when you get someone up there who is all the way on the opposite side, there is no way that I'm going to just jump on them like that. There were some times when I cut them off and jumped in to bring up this and that, but I was not going to bring any disrespect because that's not what it is. I wanted people to understand that when you are dealing with integrity and what you are putting out there as the work that you do, I have to listen to everything he is saying in order to understand, for us to learn from it. If I go berserk, that's not going to happen. Then he goes back at me and we're just arguing and fighting. And that's what people want to see. We were intellectually debating over the certain issues. And I brought up a whole lot of great points that he was like, dang, I didn't think he was going to go there. Like the main stat about the violence and the numbers. I brought up the jail system and the Aryan Brotherhood on how they acknowledge that they are the smallest group, but they put out the most violence and terror in there. Now, when you use that and they carry that out to the streets, I'm gonna start to think of the police, the justice system. They systemically kill people, shoot and do everything, but they don't throw those stats in. But no one gets into a debate and understands how to bring that out. Once you start bringing this stuff out, he had to sit back and was like, you know what? All right. And it was all respectful. The main thing was to show people that you can get work done and not look like an idiot. You just got to know how to do it.
And I would like to interject, Robert Reese. I've always said, once again, I don't know if you hear me talk about you. Once again, I said, you're an undercover genius, because I could just tell that what you did. Once again, you stumbled upon a niche. I'm really supportive. I'm also going to watch Tuesday, because I really enjoyed it, because it's just what I said. You know what you're doing. So thank you. And now let's hear from Dennis.
Okay, so
wait.
One
More thing. I set this up by my series, The Hot Seat. The Hot Seat is all political. I used to just have everything go mixed in on my channel, so I created a series called The Hot Seat for what I'm taking the world views and all the politics going on in America and all around, and I used that there. And this was the latest episode of The Hot Seat. So I'm going to be doing more of these. I'm looking for an open transgender, specifically black male, who would like to come on and talk about that. I'm looking for an openly gay person so I can get down to the source from the very beginning. And I'm also looking for a feminist sexist who is willing to sit down and go over some things with hot facts.
Okay,
Thank you, Robert.
Okay,
no problem.
So real quick, Paz, I'm gonna let you go next. Shout out to Paz in the building. So Robert, this is what we're gonna do. So this can be, because I said I wasn't gonna do panels no more, but I'm gonna do it because this is mainly about you. So what we're gonna do is, okay, Robert, I'm gonna put you at the top. Okay, so this is about you. You can, you're gonna be in answers about. So here's the first thing I'm gonna say, Robert. We're going to keep this to 2 minutes. So Robert, any response you want to make, 2-minute timer, but the rest of us 1-minute timer. That way we can keep this going and we can all get it off. So my question to you, Robert, is this: explain why you thought those text messages, that was a respectful and right thing to do. If you know that I said I want to stay out the drama, I didn't want no issues with this man because he's a racist. He threatened to kill me and Christina for messing with white black people. I literally was just giving you a heads up because I didn't know if you knew that this man was calling us monkeys and Tyrones and the hard ER. So I thought you'd be like, man, really, this guy's on that? But now I get it. You want to debate debate of racist, but I didn't know that was your lane because you never got into politics. You've never been into this type of thing, but now it's new to you, new to your channel. So my question to you is then, like, if you're talking about you got integrity, you should be respected as a man. Why would you put those text messages out?
Okay, very, very easy. And I have always had politics on my channel. If you go back to all my lives, I would have at least 7, 8 different articles with politics and everything going over it. A lot of people just didn't want to listen to it. So you got to be able to make them listen by coming in different ways. So that's what I did. I used Eli for that too. But I also knew about JB Gunner about like 6-7 months ago. He had an issue with me when I first did my interview with Eli, but I never responded back, did not give him one word or anything. And I would go into his live to just say like hi and watch him not reply. And I said that during the live. So that's how I knew that he was racist then. So all the way up until now is when we actually had the first interactions. Now, the thing about the message that you sent me, you sent me that message 15 minutes before my live was starting, but my pre-show lobby was already going. I was already on my show. I did not see that until I was done with the show. Now, when I got that, I knew that you wanted me to play a video about the Christina thing, but because of what he did to you, you're like trying to tell me like, gee, this is what he says about us. Like, stay away from him. I'm just giving you a heads up, but I feel like you should have took it how I did and made something happen. And what really made me do it is because after how the show was a complete success, everything you said about how the show was going to go, you lied completely. So therefore, there was no harm, there was no foul. And because of what you did to Brandon and to alluring them and all your friends growing up, talking about all that stuff, and you bringing up all this stuff that they don't want you to, and you bringing it up, I said, well, Dennis, let's go ahead and do it about this. Now we got an angle here. How can Hot Facts go do what Dennis didn't? What's up with Dennis? I have to separate my way of thinking from you as an active example of 2 black people. You want to be super conservative and everything else like that and not know nothing about me. So now we got a thing to separate there. So I use that to separate us 2, show what I'm doing, then come back how you have me here to understand why I did it. So now I'm giving you your answers.
Okay, well, real quick, and then pass it. I promise I'll let you go, but I want to have this dialogue between me and Hot Facts real quick. So Hot Facts, real quick, okay? In regards to that. First off, I never talked about that live that you did with them because I didn't watch it. I only watched like 5-10 minutes, maybe 15, and I turned it off. I'm like, I can't. This is nasty work. So you did a review on your live. I never watched it. I never one time said anything bad about your live. What happened was you did that live. I sent you that message. I said, do what you feel is best. You got the message on your board. I didn't say don't do the show. I said do as you feel is best, because if you wanted to still do it, go for it. I would never tell nobody to do something, not to do something that might benefit them. So that's the first thing that you got to understand you got wrong. Secondly, you could tell me where I either exposed or I did something bad to the so-called friends you're talking about. What happened ultimately was the fact that he made a joke about O.J. Simpson, who ultimately got off. I felt like he was wrong by making a joke about O.J. Simpson's cancer, and he felt like I was wrong for calling a guy that shot cops a loser. That's the reason why me and him fell out. The other person, we fell out because she was on Torp's channel, and I felt like she was giving him respect while he was disrespecting me. But maybe, I got it wrong because maybe she was respecting somebody else, she said. But either way, those were the two situations that happened. They chose to try to expose me, to ruin me, and destroy me. So you got that wrong because that's just it. It was only those two instances. And if you, Robert, you have friends, you're not going to go to the point of going as far as they went with a friend. You're going to just move on and say, whatever, I'm done with the person. You're not going to sit there and try to get them destroyed, like no jail, but just, actually threats of going to jail by, threatening to snitch about taxes or something. So you got that wrong. Last thing you got wrong is that when you came on the message, you saw the message, you said on your live with this guy, I just showed it. You said that the day after or something, I wrote you that message.
No, that's not what I said. I got the message 15 minutes before my live started. I got the message after I said that. I got it after my live was over, and I waited one whole day to see how the reaction was, and everything went perfectly well. So there was no harm in what I was going to do. I already explained that.
Okay, so how about this? How about I play the clip and you tell me if this ain't what you said. I'll play the clip. I just played it to everybody. Here we go.
This will probably be the most realist conversation that you guys have ever had to get a chance to listen to. I also want to state this before we start. So people, I don't want to hear questions about Dennis Jerome James. I don't want to hear no questions about this guy. And let me just get this out of the way now. There's controversy over he wrote me on Instagram, but I got it in my business suite box. And I was already in my pre-show lobby with JB Gunner. And what happened was, give me one quick sec. What happened was Dennis Jerome James was upset about a situation. He was upset that I did not go and defend and back him up about his issue with JB Gunner. JB Gunner was speaking about all black people, not just him. So if he has an issue with JB Gunner, he could have handled it like a man and did what I did. This is what I'm doing. Talk to him like a man, to talk like this. It has nothing to do with Dennis. Okay. Now, the thing with Dennis, people said, why did you put that up? I waited a whole day after the live was over because Dennis was saying it's gonna suck, it's gonna fail.
Just so in level context, you did say you got the message during pre-show. I never one time said don't do the show and back me up about JB. I never said that. I never said it on my
Dennis, Dennis, there's a whole lot of black people that have already responded, and that's what they think that the message was. They think that you were trying to say, go get them for me. That's not coming from me.
I said I told you not to do. If I told
no,
you,
but look, from the
Robert,
message right there, that's what other black people thought. That's what I thought too. So if other people are seeing that,
message.
Robert, I showed it a whole day after the live was done because there was no harm. The live went well and nothing happened. So now the message is obsolete. We don't even got to worry about the message anymore. The main goal is the conversation I had with the gentleman.
I get that, but I get that, but hot facts. I'm sorry. You got to add context. That message I said, do as you feel is best. I never said not to do it. Okay. And then on top of that, I never bashed your show. I never said that it was a bad live. I just didn't watch it.
Dennis, you've been telling people that all I do is talk over people and I don't. All right. First of all, let me clear that up.
Me?
No. Wait. I've heard you say it on your lives, man. Just listen.
May I interject?
Just listen. I have a lot of interviews. None of my interviews, you hear any of that. When I'm doing my videos and my story and my news, you don't hear any of that. You only hear that when I'm just randomly kicking it in somebody's channel where they have no rules. If they have no rules, why the fuck am I gonna have rules over there for?
Okay, may I interject?
Let's go real quick, Robert.
Okay. what I would like to say is what Robert did was kind of honorable only because he was saying that Just Butter was using you as an example, but he wasn't using you as an example. It's kind of like when people say like Joe and Schmo, but what he was saying was you took it personally, and he said like I'm not here to do anything that Dennis wants me to do. If Dennis has an issue, Dennis needs to talk to Just Butt. JB, he needs to go talk to JB. So what I think because from the third point, because once again we have outside perspectives. From the outside, it looks like you was mad that Robert didn't stand up for you when Robert was like, JB wasn't using you as a direct example. He was using you as an example for black and white people. I mean, you and Christina as an example, and it went personal. Robert said, I'm not here to solve any issues with Dennis. If Dennis has an issue, he needs to talk to JB. Is that kind of right, Robert? Because I don't want to get the communication mixed
Point
up.
on, proven. Exactly.
Okay, real quick, Robert. Let me say it, and I promise. I promise. After I finish this, you can go. Look, let me remember this, Robert. Once again, the message was literally me. Actually, don't you got the message?
Like, I have it, but I don't care about. I don't care about the. I don't care about the message anymore.
No, because you don't care, because I never said
JB Gunner, look, JB Gunner reads it out loud too on his channel. He reads it out loud.
Okay, but Robert, this is what happened though, and then I'm gonna pass to give us his opinion on this whole situation here. You put the messages up, which is why I actually, before you put the messages up, you came on my live channel and I said that I was not rocking with you when you allowed this openly racist dude to you showed in your video before it came on your pre-record. You showed the conversation between me and Christina or him bashing me and Christina, calling me the N-word and saying he's gonna kill both of us. You showed that. But then when I asked you to play it so you can add context, you were making this man look like he's a respectful man. You came on here defending him like, look, we had a respectful conversation. You're just scared to come on and talk, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I flipped out and started yelling like, dude, this dude is racist. He wants to kill
Dennis, you're mad. You're mad at him. You could have talked to him, G. You could have talked to him.
I'm not talking to the man. I don't want nothing to do with the man. But here's the thing.
Look, I gave you a choice too.
Robert,
I gave you a chance.
I'm happy to make this man look good.
Dennis, what he want to do is he wants you to negotiate with the alt-poor right. So you have the alt-right, your Trumpers that got a little bit of money that maybe could politically change some things for black people, even though they went against the New York Five or known Democrats and Nazis, National Socialists, believing in their own crew and their own kind. And what this brother wants you to do, Dennis, is negotiate with a alt-poor right individual. Do you think this you think any white man calling themselves Gunner is worth you negotiating with and coming to the panel and trying to see eye to eye with? Cut ties with that bitch ass milk dud vanilla wafer white boy that can't politically do nothing for himself. That's why he has to be racist against you.
Okay, well, I would like to ask what negotiation ever happened, and then
I got my whole minute, and I'm not finished yet.
Yeah,
so, all right, sorry.
It's only been about 30 seconds.
So okay.
The is he wants you to negotiate with a vanilla wafer that ain't got no power for himself. See, that's the way that Small Stash rose to power. He got the poor. I have no power within myself, so I got to gang with others, and then have you as a black man come and explain yourself to someone that can't even gang for themselves will be beneath you. So the best thing you did was not go on that stupid ass panel and try to explain yourself to some chump ass white boy that got a daggone duck, can't even afford a true StreamYard subscription on a regular basis. He has nothing. You are definitely right for not going up there. And I ain't been on the platform in a minute. Dennis, how you doing?
Yep, how you doing, man? I appreciate that.
All right. All right. So I would like to know what negotiation happened. Secondly, I made a huge valid point during that. That was I brought out that he's a felon and he's been to prison, and I'm not a felon and I haven't been to prison. I brought out a whole lot of things like that during it, but did you see how you just stopped and paused and went through like 5 or 6 4-letter words right there. That's what he wanted. That's
Nope, I think he's kind of choking out. Well,
Yeah, 4 and 6 of the words. What do you mean? I can talk to you on a much higher level. What is your name, actually, Mr. Facts, or what's your name?
well, I would like to say,
Who are you?
I'm not on anybody's
Robert
side.
Reese.
I'm just giving out my opinion here. There was no negotiation. I think what Hot Facts was doing was, if you have an issue with him, don't bring it up to me. Bring it up with him. If you don't want to bring it up with him, then don't. Which is, once again, I'm on Pastor's side, which is Dennis shouldn't
Oh,
have
sorry,
gone
man.
on there.
We had a blackout. We had a blackout right now. One of the military planes just went over. I asked for, after he said all them 4-letter words, that's what he wanted, right? But that's not what I was gonna do. I gave an opportunity for someone that's black, because I said you may not feel like me, to click the link. Not one other black person want to click the link because they did not want to look like that on camera. Okay.
So what 4 little words and all that I said that you feel so ashamed by? What you did is
No, not ashamed right now. You just said, duck boy, fuck you. You just did all that. You did all that stuff. You did all of that. And that's exactly why I wanted someone like you to click the link also. Because now when he asks you a question, I want to be able to hear what's in your heart. I want to be able to hear what's in your heart. Now, nobody else wants to do that though. You know why? Because they can't keep that composure.
My issue with you is, why should I tell someone beneath me what's in my heart? I work harder. I am worth more than this Mr. Gunner that you respect so much.
I respect every human being. I respect every human being.
Explain to him. That's why I hit that link and explain this to you.
Well, I'm gonna be the mediator here. What Halifax is saying is he wants to hear every side of the square or every degree of the circle. I think that's what he meant, or I'm assuming that's what he meant. He
yes, correct.
You to kind of go on this, and then we can see what JB, how did it affect you? But if you didn't want to click on it, you didn't want to click on it. So
let me real quick, guys, real quick. Let me just say this, Mr. Boston. I can't have you on because you know how you go into like philosophical like rants, and I can't have that right now because it's already 4 is enough.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? He's straight.
No, he's good, but I can't do it right now because I'm gonna have a hard time getting out points with 4 of us on here. If he comes on, I can't do the long-winded right now because I mean we're getting somewhere. Okay, so Hot Facts, real quick. This is what I want you to understand. Okay, look, man. Bottom line is, I sent you that message thinking that you're a brother. I thought that, now that I'm like I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to be vulnerable to black folks again. Like I literally shut my doors and I've been being ignorant. So I figured I got love for Robert. You might not agree with all these things, a lot of things, but I'm going to like give him a warning because I didn't know that I thought you didn't know him. Now, it's a difference from having an interview with a racist white man. But when you're saying you respect them and you're telling people to go watch his channel, he has game and this and that. And now you jumped in with Torp. Torp literally used the nigger word freaking 2 times to explain what the racist dude was saying. So now Torp in my book is a racist, always been a racist, because he said that I didn't notice, but he actually back in the day, like on YouTube, he actually said that he missed the pride he used to have. And when a white man who's his age says he missed the pride he used to have in this country or in himself, he means like the white supremacy, like that mindset that white people got to where, because you revigorated, he called you a hero. You look, Robert, you understand this guy who literally used to hate you, used to bash you, had nothing to want to do with you. You're his hero. He said it on his last video because you are giving a voice to white supremacist folks, people that think they're better than everybody else. You're giving a voice to these people, and black people, you want us to think that this is a respectful conversation when it wasn't. And that's the reason why they love you. So to understand.
You're misinformed. Dennis, you're misinformed.
Black people did this during the Great Depression when white people could not find a way to make a living or grow any produce for themselves. They ran to black people. This is what they criticized for collards and tobacco and all those things that they end up making It's a big currency for themselves. What happens is you give the deprived white man a voice, and even if he used the hard word nigger, it can actually, and that word is not actually racist. Anyone can actually be a nigger, and you're giving nigger white boys, vanilla wafers, platform on your channel to give their grievance. He won't actually work in black people to come up there and argue with them. For what? They're struggling themselves.
Wow. Oh wow. Dennis, you're wrong about Torp. Me and Torp have been good for over a year since day one. Since he came in. Now I did gain 25 racist subscribers who are now going and watching my hot list with all the political stuff, and they're writing me and they want to hear more of my political views and things like that. So a lot of them said that we respect you. So they're willing to listen to my point of views and coming out. So if I can get some of them to listen and they subscribe without taking them away, that's a good step right there. That these racists will actually come in, and when they're making their comments, because they're racist against all races. It's not just us. So you got to understand that also. So I gave him a platform to get up there and speak, just like Phil Donahue did Farrakhan, just like everyone that interviewed Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and everybody else back then, all the white people, they all did the exact same thing. They went on a platform, or they gave a platform, and something happened during the whole process of that. Good information was put out there to even Malcolm X and all the higher ups. You go back to Gandhi, they say sit down with the people because that's what you got to do. I did nothing wrong if some of our 4 black fathers have done the exact same thing. I've done nothing wrong when it comes down to it. Now, you know, I'm not gonna do nothing with JB Gunner in no near future because that was what I wanted to do. Now, if he hits me up and says, hey, I want to do something and bring you on my channel and talk about some stuff. You heard him say that you brought up everything I would want to talk about, and I brought up some things in case you forgot. So we got over everything. I'm not trying to get people to go and work with the white people and do all that. I gave up examples and everything. It was a big success, man. It was a big success, and it's a controversial success.
Okay, so Robert, I got a question for you. Do I have your permission? Because I can do like 1 minute and then like talk about it.
You have full permission to do the whole thing. You got full permission to do the whole thing.
I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but we're gonna do it so we can have a full context. I'm not gonna misconstrue your words, and then we'll cut it after each segment. So let's do the first segment here. This is
all right, but look, David. But look, I'm gonna leave right now, and I'm gonna come back and click the link. I gotta go do a delivery.
That's fine. That's fine. You can come on, and you can come on anytime. That's fine. But we're gonna, talk about what happened during your life. But you can come on.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. Anytime. Okay. And I'll let you speak. All right.
And respect to the panel. Respect to the panel up there. Respect y'all. I love y'all opinions, and y'all wouldn't be y'all unless y'all gave y'all opinions. I love that. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Now I'm
gonna Martin Luther Ski.
Yep. It's Malcolm Ski for one. Al Mahdi.
You're coming off like Martin Luther King today.
No.
Malcolm X wouldn't be playing this.
You also don't know Malcolm X. El Mahdi Cloud Shabazz. You don't know about that.
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Now, here's my opinion on it. Oh, man, this man stay getting up. My opinion on it is, damn, that was so long-winded. I was gonna say, like, my bad. I'm watching it on the TV and the phone.
Real quick, I say we play this first segment real quick, and I want people to understand because the main thing in the chat is me being a hypocrite. Guys, you got to understand. Okay, I didn't care about him doing the live. That ain't the issue. I didn't watch the last one. Okay, I watched this debate due to the fact that my name was put at the beginning of it, and it was a lie that was made. Once again, I wrote that message the day of before it came on, and I said, "It's your choice. Do as you feel is best." I literally said that. I showed y'all. So I didn't care if he did the interview or not. He came on after he did the interview on my channel trying to make this man look good. The YouTube video is right there from 4 days ago. He came on talking about, this guy was being respectful. He was speaking his mind, blah, 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 blah. And I went off like, don't make that man look like I got triggered. Like, don't make that man who's talking about freaking killing us and talking about because killing somebody, because I'm like, don't make him look good on my channel because we could show what he said. And then that's when me and him got heated, and he went away when I asked them to show the video clip of Christina, him threatening to kill Christina and her kid if she continued talking to a black man and threatening to kill me. And that's the reason why. Remember, this is the same racist man that went to another man's house and urinated and spit on video on the grave of this man's dad, then showed up to the man's house hoping that the man would fight him and attack him. So why wouldn't we be worried about freaking like this guy showing up to our house if he was willing to go piss on somebody's grave and then show up to that person's house? So that's the context. But let's start with the first clip. This is the questions that he asked, and then I'm gonna ask you and Pastor Ski, and we're gonna keep it to like 1 minute responses, including myself. What could he be, or 2 minute responses? What could he have done better with in regards to the questions that he came up with to ask this white supremacist, racist man? Here we go.
The first one I'm going to list them all down, and then we're going to start. The first one is going to be, do whites behave better than all other races in America? Now that's going to be, when I mean behave, I don't mean like crime. I mean like out in public, common courtesy, things like that. Things like that. The next one's going to be, the black unemployment rate is consistently twice that of white workers. Why? We're going to get into that. Okay. We're also going to get into this right here. White Americans have far more wealth than black Americans and Hispanics. Is this true? We're going to be going over also. Black women are 6 times likely to be killed more than white women, but 20 times more in Wisconsin. How the hell is that? We're gonna get into that. Okay. We also got this next one right here. We're gonna go ahead and get into. Even though blacks and Hispanics have more violent incidents with their own race, are whites still the most violent race in America? We're gonna get into that. Okay. This one's gonna be a good one here. Why is America not helping its own citizens with starting a business? We'll go ahead and get into that because that's gonna break into race. And then the very last one, well, not the last one, we're gonna get into how important it is. How important is it the black and Hispanic vote for a racist political candidate? And I mean like a David Duke, or we can flip it like when Al Sharpton used to run. They weren't gonna win, but they just tried to do some shit. That's what that's gonna be going into. And the last one is we're gonna have some fun with this one because that's what we can do, people. We're gonna figure out, is JB Gunner betting on black when Tyson fights Jake Paul? We're gonna get into that as the very last one. we're gonna get into that one on the very, 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 very last
now,
one.
It's about to be some nasty work about to happen. And I'm gonna ask y'all the question with those good questions, but this is about to be nasty work that he's about to do. But here we go.
But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and start this off here. Now, like I said, if there is someone that is white who wants to click the link and someone that's black, I'm only gonna allow 1 and 1. But if someone says I only want to go on here for this, you can, but you are under the same rules as both JB Gunner and I. So just understand that. You are not, we ain't doing no Eli and you were above the earth. We ain't doing that shit here. All right. We ain't doing that here. So first one, okay, we got it here. Let me get this here. Let me get this here. Let me put it back up here. Let me see. Do whites behave better than other races in America? And I'm talking about in public. Now, JB Gunner, I'm pretty sure you've been in the store and you were like, look at that badass Tyrone right there. I know you've seen that shit. I know you have. I didn't see that with the white kids. Oh, people, and by the way, if you want to say something about black or white, and you want to use the N-word, you can use the N-word. Just say Tyrone. If you want to use a racial white word for a white person, and it's a guy, just call him Peter or Jimbo, or say Becky or Susan. Tyrones or Bentleys is what you can call the black if you want to type it in the chat so you don't get kicked out. I'm trying to help y'all out. Okay? I'm trying to help y'all out. So, when you see this stuff, and I've seen the Hispanics and the Samoan kids and everything, do you think that you whites had a better upbringing and you guys behave better in just the natural public in America
than all races?
Okay, so now, so far, those questions that were asked, and then the introduction to the first question in regards to allowing people to call, like no black folk are going in there calling people crackers or whatever. It's rare to have a black racist out here disrespecting white people, calling them the C word or this and that, but white people who are racist are the ones calling this the N-word. So giving that freedom to say Tyrone or whatever, that wouldn't happen in my chat. You're getting blocked. Like, you're disrespecting people. And to code word it by letting people say Tyrone for nigger, I think that was just nasty work. So y'all let me know with this past 3 minutes of whatever you want to call this. What do you guys think?
He cooning because Ninja, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray, they are just ways to demean you, just ways to demean a brother. And look at this no neck dude that he's asking to do that to him. To him, he's willing to just sit there and let them do that to him, and for what? Like, do you think like what's the success? Like, you made like $300-$400, like you got like 2,000
No,
views.
he didn't make no money off this. He only got 500 views. He didn't make no super chats off this.
He got 500 views.
No super chats, but the racist man, I think he streamed it on his channel, and he actually got super chats from what, because I guess the people that were watching from his channel, he was getting hella super chats. I think he restreamed it.
Where's the success? But you looking like a foolish brother, intrigued in minuscule arguments that aren't going to better you, just actually empower him to tell you how much he dislikes you, and you sit here and just soak it all in.
Okay,
see what you think.
Now here's my take. Once again, I see where everybody's coming from. Now this is what I remember what I wanted to say. It's kind of like you got to play fool to catch a fool, and what it is. Now this is for Dennis and Pastor. You're looking at it like you're getting too emotional about it, and you got to separate emotion and logic. And it's going to be harder for Dennis because there was threats made, or what he interpreted as threats. But you got to think logically. You're thinking of this as one live when you got to have a long-term viewpoint. This man stumbled upon gold a little bit because, like Dennis, what Hoffax was doing is something that you could have did because you had that following. You was able to like bring people in. But it's kind of like I'm looking at this as a long-term view. Do I agree with everything that Hoffax did? No. Is it cooning? I could see how it's cooning. Really, I like to keep my opinions to myself, but it's just like it's kind of like you gotta accept the good with the bad. You know, all this is doing is bringing awareness. Pardon me?
You think YouTube on long term wants to keep that guy on YouTube? I mean, come on now. YouTube is international. YouTube doesn't really have time for the 5 to 10% of white America that says we will not be replaced. The ones that are scared they can't keep up with the evolving society. They don't like, honestly, corporations, society don't have that kind of time for white people, black people, Mexicans, Asians, no matter who you are. Forget the race. Society ain't got time for you to be getting caught up in what your epidermis look like. What you really gonna do? And like that's the thing about it is like, man, people like Gunna ain't gonna really do nothing. He's a bunch of hot air. He probably made a whole bunch of threats, but can't even drive. Probably ain't got a driver's license. Probably ain't even driven 100 miles out of his city in the last year. So
I'm not gonna say that. I'll cut you off. This is you gotta remember, this ain't a normal white man. This is a resourceful white man. Now I don't know his backstory. I don't know what people told me, but I'm gonna just state the facts of what I know. This man is rich, millionaire. He, is doing it. He has business. He funds a lot of these YouTubers. So you gotta understand, he's one of the white people that have the power and the resources to hold down black people, because he literally, if he wanted to, he would come to California, and he may not physically harm me, but he can do things to influence hurt on me if he wanted to. So this ain't, you gotta remember, this ain't the type of white man that's like in his mom's basement, sleeping, no resources. And this is what I was trying to explain.
A basic millionaire white boy like him can get canceled and disregarded so quickly. He is minuscule. So what if he makes $5 million a year? He's
not $5 million a year. I'm saying he's
minuscule to the overall plan of getting this bread.
No, Pastor, he can't. Think about it. You remember, he's not the trash white that means nothing. He actually matters in America. You got to remember, most of the white people at the top are racist, and they're putting these systems in place to put white people on before anybody else. And I get it, because some black people, not all, but most of us, we hire the best person for the job, but
struggling. They're like 4th or 5th. The Indian family
what do you mean?
Money in his family, then the Asian family. And if you want to, and then white families are not the most part. If you want to, you're talking about old money, sure. But if you really look at it, the projection of America is not going to be predominantly a white family running things. It's not even against white people. It's just the reality of how things are happening. I mean, I get it. I don't think you should be scared of this white guy because
no, I'm not saying let me make that clear. I didn't say I'm scared of him. I'm saying he's resourceful. You got to understand. When you go to get a job, what do you say?
Oh, I was going to say influence because I actually showed a clip to my friend, and JB, or Vanilla Wafer, I'm gonna call him that. I think he passed it. Vanilla Wafer said that why should we hire black people, and it's going to be a slippery slope because then we're gonna have to hire an Asian person, an Indian person, and my friend is Puerto Rican, and my friend, he always complains about not getting paid. But I showed him this because JB is giving you the insight of what white people really think about when they say, why are we forced to hire people when it's our business?
Yep.
So
that was
now
another one.
now this lets my friend know that white people don't want black people to get money, Asian people to get money, Hispanic people get money. This means that if they see Dennis in the Dodge Durango, they don't want him in the front of the Dodge Durango. They want him in the back of the Dodge Durango. They think the only person that should be driving the Dodge Durango is the white man. But this is why I try to say, like, long term, is this going to work for YouTube? But could Robert Reese possibly get a deal with other things like Hive or whatever? Or, it's just more so it's a long term because a lot of black people, they look up to white people. When they see business success, they want to go talk to a white man. But you got to realize it's a different viewpoint. But I'm a little bit off topic. Thank you for my 2 minutes.
No, you get real quick. Pastor, real quick.
Browner and browner. And
no, but Pastor, real quick. In 2021, based on the census, white households make up 65.3% of all U.S. households, and they hold 80% of all wealth. So once again, you got to remember, when you have white people that control majority of wealth in this country, and you have people like this guy who's racist, who said he's not hiring black people, he's not giving no black people any way to get resources. You got to remember, slavery, most of these whites, their money came from plantations and manufacturing of goods.
That's not true, Dennis. A very small, you really have to know the history of this country. A very small percentage of white people actually owned slaves. It was a very small percentage actually, and the reality of it is the white people that were either indentured servants, which is they want reparations for that as well themselves, were pretty much sharecroppers before black people were sharecroppers. All we're saying is we're past kind of all of that. And you're right, there was a very small, like they have a 1% of America that owns all the wealth. It's not necessarily a bunch of white people. There's so many homeless white men in the streets right now. It is ridiculous. So let's stop this whole, and that's just why white people are becoming more and more racist, because the numbers are dropping. There are more and more homeless white men than I've seen in a long time. There's more and more mental health amongst white men. They cannot produce families. The white woman is going astray, not just to the black man, to the Indian man, the Mexican man, the African man, the Asian man. I understand his racism. It comes from a form of defeat. That's the reason why would I come up there and argue with a defeated man? That's just why he's so full of hate and racism. Because I'm not defeated, so I don't have to get up here and be like, no, I hate white guys. Hell no, I don't hate white people, because I'm not defeated by white people. I don't hate Mexicans. I don't hate Asians. I don't hate Africans. I don't hate any of these races of people, because I'm not defeated by them. But I can tell and I can see his defeat in himself, which fuels his hate.
Yeah. Go ahead, Steve, if you want to add to that.
Oh, I was going to say that was very unique. I like that viewpoint. Now, what I would like to combat on Pastor, when he said like a small percentage of the money came from slave owners, well, it's kind of like the way I would like to interpret it. Let's say if I sold drugs, and because I believe that this is against the law. If you use drug money, you're also guilty. So it's kind of like, let's say if I was living with my parents, I'm selling drugs, and then I'm paying for the home, I'm paying for vacations, I'm giving people the drug money. they're actually guilty by association. I forgot what the term was, where it's kind of like money laundering, where it's like, yeah, a little bit of those white people own slaves, but they're the ones that's buying the food, the clothing, the land. They're the ones that's actually circulating that money in the economy. So it's kind of like, I feel like that's what white people say, so that they don't hold themselves accountable. But in regards to JB being defeated, I don't really know much about him to even say if he is defeated within himself. That's why
No, I think the problem is, Pastor, you gotta understand. Like normally on my channel, when you have racist white people that come on my channel that used to like back me, back the stuff I used to say, they had no influence. They had no money. They were broke. They were literally white trash. Okay. You gotta understand, this is a whole nother level of a white on my channel. This isn't somebody I can like say is a loser. Now his ideas are loser ideas, but in life, I mean, he's doing well for himself in
furniture.
White people, because remember, white people are the majority. White people love this. Not all, but I'm talking about a lot of white people love what he's saying. They love that he's talking to this black man this way. He's getting all kinds of views on Rumble because of this.
He's struggling. That's why he's wearing black right now.
No, he makes $150 like per live stream. Like I went to his channel.
Yeah, he makes good money.
Like good money. Like he makes more money than Dennis.
We can't hate on this man, Pastor. I'm trying to tell you.
Dennis gets bread and JB.
Hold on. $150 a live stream and comparing say stupid. Like, look, I know we all go on the internet and make content and say stupid stuff, but y'all really think, right? Putting yourself in your face out here publicly for $150 like this is worth it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's making $100,000 a year.
No,
the
difference between white people and black people is this: black people are held accountable. There's a whole lot of white people that's going to make sure he can eat, because this white man over here, Vanilla Wafer, he can go still work at a sawmill because they're all going to share the same ideas. He can go work in a rest yard. He can go work in a restaurant. It's just like he might not get your support, but a lot of white people that have those big F-150 Punisher logos, 1776, they're like, shit, you just said what was on our mind. The only thing what you did wrong was said what was on your mind. We're just like the Democrats. We're going to put it inside the bills. That's what Dennis was trying to get at. They think the same way. They just don't say it. They just put in these forces. So it's like, that's the way to look at it.
Real quick. Cause I gotta divert my attention once again to Concrete Fedora. Once again, I'm gonna say this one last time, and I'm just done addressing you, dude. Listen, when I was talking about black people, this channel was about race for 3 months. You miraculously came on my channel when I was talking about racist. I'm talking about, I was doing prejudice to black people. I had passed out my neck. I had freaking ski at my neck. I got all these people on my neck, and I was talking negative in every aspect about black people, and I was big up in white people like JB, because I didn't think these people existed still. Okay, I was ignorant to it. But the moment, the past 2 and 3 weeks, that I woke up and realized my hate, and I've been saying sorry every day, not just the black folks, but the God, for some of the stuff I said. Some of the stuff I still believe. I'm not gonna act like I'm like completely off of what I believed. But in regards to talking every day repeatedly about the stuff, like you look, and every single time you see a teacher getting caught with a kid. The other day there was a white woman, 3 months from being married, okay, wedding day, she gets caught with a 11-year-old kid, and the husband tipped her off the cops, and she's now going to jail, and now the marriage is off. Okay, so there's a situation.
JB's in the comments. JB's in the comments. JB talking his stuff. He said way more.
But here's the thing: I'm not platforming a racist white man, so he can talk his facts about his channel, but he ain't coming on here. He can go on Robert's channel. I'm putting that, guys. We're not doing it. I don't care how many views I can get. I don't care about none of that. We're not doing that, because you got to remember, it's a difference from a white person saying that they don't agree with a black person because of, say they say violence, like black cities. He made that point. I made that point, that in our cities you got violence, but instead of like me at that point, when I was being ignorant to black people, I wasn't addressing the fact that white people who are in charge of all these major cities, they could put a factory or two that can manufacture something other than, something that was needed in the 60s. There's new products that can be manufactured. There's furniture that needs to be built. There's all this stuff, but we keep shipping the freaking plants and the manufacturing plants to other, and getting everything from other countries instead of keeping it here. You could put these plants, even if we take a little bit of a loss as a country, because you have a government funded plant that hires these people that are doing the most in like Chicago, Detroit. And that way, that takes away the thirst and the struggle that people need for money and resources to where they're not going to kill their fellow brother to take what they got. No, they can just go work in
If
this
that was
manufacturing.
see that's the see Dennis, you were thinking you're thinking about capitalistic communism. That's actually what China does. You're actually thinking that the capitalists of this country have a community mindset. That's what you're doing.
And
capitalism does not. So what you're doing, Dennis, is you're actually thinking that capitalism in its purity, and I'm not against capitalism, but you think that capitalism in its purity means community, and that's not true.
No. The way you're looking at it, no, that ain't no. Let me make it more clear. I'm trying to dumb it down to the level that I can make it make sense. We can't do the whole like socialism is what black folks are pushed to believe we need. Like, why does this man have $50 billion? He doesn't need that much money. He could be happy with $1 billion. Get that $40 billion to everybody else. Why are we not taxing and taking more money? Let me finish the point.
I'll call next.
Let me finish the point. So you have like people that make, I think the top 1% pays like over, like, I think 60-70% of all taxes. You can check that too. If I'm wrong, you can check me, but let me just finish this point. The problem we face is those people that aspire by betting on themselves, where they don't make money their first 10 to 20 years with a company or a product or something that they're building. Like, then when they finally, go and sell this product after suffering, working minimum wage jobs and not having a wife and just being, just struggling, they finally become a billionaire because they finally put this product out that goes big. And then now they're supposed to get taxed 50+% because they put a product out. Why do you need all that money? No, what I'm saying is we need those people to continue innovating and being great and not get taxed as much, because if I'm going to get taxed 50%, I'm not going to over excel. If I know I'm going to lose all my money, I'm going to just take my time. It causes you to not work as hard. But what I'm saying with the whole capitalistic mindset that black people we need more of is that in our communities, okay, if you literally we can't just get free money out. If you don't work for the money, then you're not going to appreciate the money. You're going to go buy shoes and stupid stuff. But if you actually put jobs in place that people can go and do, that they're making $15, $20 an hour, okay, like a livable wage, like they're going to have more pride, more self-respect. They're going to actually want to have a relationship with a woman or whatever such and build a family and actually be able to buy a house and buy a car. It's different levels to it when you got $1,000 to $2,000 a week coming in compared to like now in Chicago. Most people are making freaking $450 a week with freaking McDonald's or somewhere, because there's really no factories or anything that are hiring unskilled labor. And then the second thing I'm going to say, and then you can go, you have these people that are being put in jail because of what the government is putting in place, such as, allowing drug selling to happen when they can snap their finger and get rid of it all. But no, they're going to allow young people to sell drugs, get them with the criminal record, because they know majority of these people in these cities are going to be black. They keep guns out these cities, which will not allow people to protect themselves, law-abiding people, which causes now these people to have a gun to protect themselves in public. And now they go to jail for having a gun, even if you're a law-abiding citizen. So they do all this stuff to ultimately lock up the black man to get you a felony before the age of 18. And after the age of 18, forget about it. You're going to get a felony. Now you can only work bullshit jobs that will cause you to have to rely on the government or somebody. You won't be able to take care of yourself. And it's easier said than done in regards to saying the culture, we shouldn't do crime. We shouldn't do this. And that's how I used to think. I used to be dismissive. I used to say that we're just criminals. We don't sell drugs. Go work at McDonald's. It's easier said than done for somebody out in California making $21 an hour at a McDonald's or Panda Express. But if you're in Chicago making $14, $15 an hour, and you don't know how to get out of Chicago, you don't know how to go move to another city, going to army, going to military or something and doing something that will definitely get you out. You don't know how you're going to engage in illegal behavior that's going to allow you to take care of your mom, your grandmother, people that you care about. And you're going to be happy and you're going to feel pride with it. So to wrap it up, I'm just saying, I was dismissive to all these people. I was literally disrespecting black people that did what they had to do. I called them criminals. I called them delinquents. I called them all these nasty names instead of speaking on why they do these things. And I had to look at myself in the mirror. I did illegal things to make money. When I sat in that car, actually, I was in Vegas. I sat in that car and made all that money. Okay. And then the next day, next week, I got an apartment and I was able to get everything together. That was because I did something that was unlawful for 1 minute but then I went to the state next to me and I started doing it legally. I only made $10 illegally, but then the rest of the money I was in Vegas making the money. So I'm just saying, you got to look at the big picture. You can't just be simplistic and say, oh, it's a capitalistic mindset ain't going to work. But you tell me where I got it wrong.
I would like to.
I never said that the capitalistic. I never said that the capitalistic mindset would never work. Even when I explained what you're actually saying is still capitalistic communism, the same thing that is boosting China right now. What you're saying is we still need to make money no matter what, no matter the situation. Just make it profitable, and that is it for the community and making sure people have a livable wage. Anytime you bring in the term livable wage, you're fundamentally talking about how do you take care of society? Because what's a livable wage? Why do you even need a livable wage? A livable wage is congruent or parallel with what it costs to be in society, that area, what it costs to work, live, eat, shop, afford electricity, water, school, property taxes, all that. So when you start bringing all that into consideration, America is not as capitalistic as you may think, because if you want everyone to have a living wage, then that means that you're going to ultimately end up in this social order, this at least socialism that we're in. So the country, I think more conservative. I do think more conservative, less taxes, and I really would like to be more conservative. Just take care of me and my family. But unfortunately, I understand that that's just not how this thing works. I wish that it works where I could just take care of me and my family and worry about no one else. That's just not how it works. I have to worry about the road worker because I need good roads to get to work. I have to worry about the trash guy because I want another plague and filth in the streets. I have to worry about the school teacher because my child has to go to school. So therefore, I wish it worked that simple where I could just worry about me and mine and my race. It's not that simple.
Okay, now here's my turn. I agree with Pastor, and I like everything that he said. And now, Dennis, I hope you can kind of learn that, like, you got to kind of think for yourself and others. But what you said, the difference between capitalism and communism is this: in communism, government owns all factors of productions, which is all companies. Now, you said that a government should own ABC company and hire these people. That's a communistic idea, because in the capitalism, especially here in the United States, government doesn't own any factors of production. Means they don't own a McDonald's. They don't own, they may have military spending and stuff like that, but they don't own the factors of production. But Pastor, I really like how you expanded on your idea, because it kind of gave me like a whole thing of like, even though that you want to be something, you have to think in actuality and what that actually means for you. So what I mean is, I like how you say that you have informed decision making. So thank you.
No problem, brother. Because I used to be an alt-right kind of black guy. The blacks, these blacks, and I get where Dennis is coming from. I was definitely there myself, and it did give a lot of guys like JB Gunner. It fueled their fire because you got other black guys just like Mr. Facts just open it up and saying these things. And I get it. But then I started looking at the bigger picture and what was really going on. I was like, man, this stuff is way deeper than even race. And a person like JB Gunner, he's so fueled by it because he knows he's only one breath to one heartbeat away from the same predicament that any black man, Asian man, Mexican man could be in. The system don't care about your race, and we were foolish enough to believe it.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Like I get once again, and I will say, guys, as ignorant as it is, it took that white racist to turn me back and make me realize the wrong of my ways. Now, I'm not gonna call myself a pro-black. I'm not, Malcolm. What I can't say Malcolm. It's Martin Luther Ski. I'm sorry. You like Malcolm, you gotta do a live and explain to me why you would be more, because Luther is like the peace. Malcolm was like about that business, and you ain't giving that smoke. You used to be Malcolm, now you're more Luther. No disrespect. But No, yeah, he turned me back into, respecting the whole issue with every viewpoint that is negative when it comes to black people, because of the fact I honestly did not think that white people were still in power, still controlled anything that would affect black people other than Democrats in the way that their practices that they do. But you gotta understand, this man literally is somebody that holds power to I wouldn't say he holds power, but he's talking to people that have power, on a day-to-day basis. White people that literally won't hire you because you're black. They're not giving you the opportunity when as a black business, somebody want to open up a black business, it's hard to get a loan. It's hard to get that chance because most of these places don't want to just go off your credit. They want to go off of what you've done in the past. So you can't walk into a bank and say, "Hey, I'm Dennis Page, and I need you to give me a loan for, let's just say, $50,000 to open up a McDonald's." If they had franchises for like 20,000 still, and then whatever, you need 50 to open up. They're not going to give you that loan unless you got some type of previous business history. But when you're white, you may have a tie to somebody that knows somebody that can get you, your foot in the door, even if it ain't with the bank, but get you a hard money loan. There's other ways to obtain, money to open up a business, and that's the point. So how do you expect?
Oh, you moved the goalpost, Dennis. You said if a black person went in there, and applied for a credit line or a loan, they might not get it. But then you came in and said the white person could come in there with somebody that they knew, for somebody that they knew, someone that they knew, someone that they knew. When you start putting all these people that they know, that establishes a line of credit. Now, you're coming from the predisposed ideology that black people don't have a line of credit or people that they could co-sign a loan with them. What you're talking about is people co-signing loans, which is another form of socialism. Like multiple people coming together to co-sign one loan for one person. Why? And I get it. And black people, we're taught that we got to do everything alone, but actually, you can get people to co-sign along with you. It's a form of socialism. Like if two or three people co-sign a loan, they are more likely to do the deal. So I think what you're doing is you're saying is black people have no one that they could co-sign or invest in them.
Pass that question. How much of the wealth in America, I just told you, but how much of the wealth in America in 2021 was owned by white people?
How much of America is owned by white people?
The wealth in America is of white people.
1% of America's wealth is probably owned by 80% of America's wealth is probably owned by 1%, and I think that majority is probably white. But then you want to think about how much wealth is actually in this country.
No. The reason why I'm asking you that because fastest. Just understand this, okay? If white people got 80% of the wealth, the money that's made, pretty much not the wealth, but the money that's made in America is by white people, okay? So, and I think with black people, I'm pretty sure it's going to be way under 5% of total wealth in America. So once again, if you're going into the bank, okay, more than likely you're going to have somebody, if you're white, that owns something that could be collateral, or they have some type of backing. They have somebody that can influence your loan application to be put through. But with black people, you don't have the same. And you got to remember, prior to the wealth in this country being majority white people look out for their own, just like black people sometimes look out for their own. So we can't say that this country is fair when you white people I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to give you a chance. When you don't even have you don't have nothing to back that loan being put through other than your word, you're going to pay it. So that keeps black people from, okay, so tell me this then, okay? Why is it that when it comes to black folks, why is it when you talk to majority of black people who want to own a business, why is it always a dream and a hope? Why is it always I want to own a business, I want to do this, I can't get funding, I can't do nothing other than save up, I got to save up to open up this business? But then when you talk to white people, they make it so easy. You just go into a bank and you show this, you show that, and you credit, and you're going to walk out with this loan. It's lack of education. They don't teach us how to properly do it. And then when it's time,
why do we come from this predisposed belief that white people are giving this Donald Trump? Yes, Donald Trump's father gave him some money to start a business, and so we come from this predisposed ideology because of some white people that all white people get this.
I didn't say all white people.
Hold on, let me go real quick. All white people don't get this 100,000, 200,000 line of credit to start a business. Majority, I will give white people credit on this. I will definitely give white people credit on this. White people are masters at starting businesses with little to no money. I've seen one of my white. I know a white guy, right? He's funny, right? I grew up with him, right? He started a business with like $50. He had a can of gasoline.
Well, I could say my
$50 in his pocket, and when he did, he started working on small engines. Started working on lawnmowers, and the next thing I know, he had a whole business working on small engines and lawnmowers. And this white guy started this business from a can of gas and some know-how. Like he had like $50 in his pocket. And he got there. He fixed the car. He fixed the lawnmower. The guy gave him $100, and then word of mouth, he was good with fixing small engines. And from like that one can of gas and him fixing that small engine, next thing you know, everyone's calling him to fix their lawnmower, and he never turned back. So I'm not saying you need this huge line of credit to start a business. I don't believe that.
Well, I would like to put my piece. So when I worked at the bank, right? So it goes back to what Dennis was saying. So I could just tell you from my personal experience. I was opening up a business, right? And this person was, let's say, 19 years old. All he did was like race cars all day, like race cars as in like their version of NASCAR, because he's a redneck, so he was over there racing cars. He had his dad with him. They opened up a business, a roofing business. Really, it was in the son's name, but the father was running it, but he put it inside the son's name for tax purposes. As a black person, you're not going to get that. Whereas black people, a lot of white people, they try to evade taxes. So like, for example, they'll make a company 51% for a woman because they know that they're going to get that tax deduction on their taxes. So it's kind of like they have like the resources. Us black people, what you just said was kind of like a dream of, man, we can work up from the bottom. But really, what type of black person is going to get word of mouth? Because black people, we know how to fix things from engines to ACs to HVAC. Whatever a white person is doing, a black person can do it too.
Exactly. And at one point, black people had our own. What do you think the term front yard or tree yard mechanic came from? Because a lot of brothers was fixing everybody's cars around the neighborhood, and they made a good living doing it, and it was their business. And what I'm saying is, I don't think it's a race thing. What I think is it may be a skill thing, a confidence thing, stepping on your own kind of thing. And I just think that maybe society, not even society, I would say white people do a good job of encouraging other white people to do that. And maybe black people should encourage other black people to do that. Actually become a tree yard mechanic, work on cars again, work on become more of a skilled person and own your skills. I mean, I'm not mad at white people for owning their skills. That would be nasty work. Now, if we get mad at white people for owning their skills and then saying we don't want to just pay a bunch of taxes to society because we own our skills, I think that's nasty work. Because when black people got out of slavery and we had all the skills, we didn't want to pay no taxes either.
Well, I would like to. Because
do black people want to pay taxes, bro?
I mean, of course not. But the point I would like
exactly. No one wants to. Let's not call white people racist because they don't want to pay taxes.
Okay, Pastor. We get y'all got it. This thing, okay, Pastor. This is the reason why I said I was gonna change my channel to something completely different and start fresh. You know why? Because it ain't no making black folks happy. Let me tell you why, Pastor. You're black. This is the problem, okay? When I literally was that guy who said no excuse making, I was belittling black people because of what I was overcoming. I was making happen. So I was saying, you can too. Stop crying. Stop making excuses. Blah, blah, blah. I had you and all these other people on here like going off on me, like you're dismissing the black people and how white people get to do this, white people get that. And then now that I'm actually open-minded, I'm actually, instead of just being so dismissive to what black people are going through in regards to like being scared to walk into a bank and ask for a loan for a business, because more likely the woman is going to say, I need like 4 years of tax returns just to discourage you from doing a loan. Like all these practices that they're going to do happened to me, to where I had a business license, I had a business bank account. Okay. And I literally had that for 2 years for my entertainment company. And I made a lot of money throwing parties, money in and out of that bank account. And I had a tax return for 2 years of money I made. Now, here's the situation. When I lost that business, I just stopped doing tax returns. My business license went, and I'm pretty sure Ski, because you said you do collections, all that stuff. You can probably see I have CS Security or CS Entertainment LLC. That was in 2009. Then in 2012, they opened up CS Security LLC because they wanted me to be the security company, so I can provide the security, and they can use that as a tax write-off, whatever. And guess what happened with that? The white man, this lawyer, he opened up and he paid for that, and that account for me, or that business license for me. And then we got an EIN, a separate EIN, a new one. Coincidentally, about 3 months into that, and it was all in my name. But because I was tied to that nightclub, so the phone that was attached to that nightclub was in my name, because AT&T was in my name. We had that. We had all these other things, like just that and a couple other things in my name, my business name. All of a sudden, even though with me doing it on my own, I had cell phones, I had all this stuff, and I had good credit. I still got good business credit with my CS Entertainment LLC. I didn't get no type of offers. I had to pay like $1,000 down to get the cell phone. I go into a bank to try to get a loan to buy this building. They said hell no. But then when I started using my LLC that was set up through the white guy, the lawyer, I don't know if he put some magic dust on it, but all of a sudden I started getting loan pre-approvals and all this stuff in the mail. And I actually went down to the bank to try one out. I used my LLC. I put my personal, was that bad credit, I put that down, and I showed my statements for CS Entertainment, that was not even existing anymore. And the lady actually made me feel more confident, like, oh, we don't need too much. We just need this, that, this is all right. The only reason why I didn't go through was because I didn't have a tax return from the year prior, but she treated me with respect. She tried to make it happen. And I was confused because like I had the same stuff on each credit profile. And I'm not saying that, it was because the white man did it for me, but just something was different with this. And I still use that LLC. So all I'm saying is
it was marketable because it was done correctly.
I did the first one correctly. Crazy. I used a lawyer for the first one. I used a company that made the first one. The second one, just coincidentally, was under a white man who owned that club. Shout out to Nav with the super chat. Hit the like and subscribe, y'all. Shout out to Nav, $2 super chat. It was coincidentally done under a white man. So what I'm saying is, like, y'all can't have it both ways. You either want me to be dismissive and talk about black people or the things we do bad and add nothing to it. Just say, you know what, Jim Jones getting jumped in the elevator, he probably did something. Like, what white men are gonna attack a black man on the escalator? Instead of that, I talk about. Hold on, real quick, Pastor. Hold on 1 second, real quick, and then you tell me what you think. I usually would have did that video about Jim Jones. He was going down the escalator and he bumped into a white guy, because no white people are gonna just attack a black man like that. But no, I said it how it was. 2 white thugs decided to attack this black man. And it was to the point that Jim Jones went on with his life, but the 2 white men got arrested because they were acting out of control. They were acting like they think black people act. And I talked about that story in the proper context. But guess what? If I come on, back in the day, I would come on here and say, oh, Jim Jones was acting a fool. What white folks going to fight a guy that looks like him? Y'all want it both ways. What do y'all want? And if y'all want me to just stop talking about politics, I'm going to talk about a completely different situation and just do another political channel. But y'all can't be pushing me this way and that way, because like I'm not gonna win. Like I'm either gonna like show love and show the whole situation of why black people did what they did and why it happened, or I'm gonna just talk about, and I'm talking about cultural or social issues. That's what I do on this channel. That's what I want to do on this channel.
Dennis, that's the problem with politics right now. because historically there was something called a blue dog, you had conservative Democrats. You had people that were more or less in the middle of understanding situations and what need to be done. Now, when you tell us to force you on the side, I'm not here to force you on no side. I'm not here to tell you to stop doing political content or do any of that.
No, you're not forcing me, man. You're not forcing me. What I'm saying is you're defending now the white power structure. So what are we gonna have? You're gonna defend, like, what are we doing? You are
the white power structure.
No, because I told you what's happening. Like Donald Trump, literally, dad gave him his first loan. He lost all the money, and he was able to walk his white ass in that bank and get another loan with nothing other than his white skin. Because guess what? He lost millions of dollars. So how did he get the second loan? How did he get the second loan?
Through his father that you didn't have. That's not to say that capitalism is a white structure. That would mean
Pastor, how did he get his second loan?
And he
lost his money.
Countries that,
but Pastor, how did he get his second loan? He lost all his money. The first that his dad gave him. His dad didn't give him no more money. How did he get his second loan?
Okay, but I would like
because he has something to leverage.
What was it?
He had assets.
He had nothing. He was bankrupt. He was broke. They took everything. He didn't pay the people he owed. I love Trump, but that's what happened. He walked his white ass in that bank, and he got approved because of his name.
Trump.
Because you're bankrupt financially does not mean you don't have assets to leverage.
Okay,
he might have been bankrupt financially, far as banking is considered, but you can get yourself back in the banking game if you have assets. Let's think about silver and gold, right? You may not have you may have like a 550 credit score, but if you have like a whole lot of silver and gold, and let's say a trailer out in Alabama is worth about 10 to 15,000, those are assets that can be leveraged for credit.
Okay, now I would like to interject. It goes back to what Pastor was saying earlier, that the system is not racist. It's just more so, yeah, by technicalities, the system is not racist. However, black people are losing. And, at the end of the day, we want to see ourselves win. So it's kind of like in this country, white people took the country. This is their country. 1776 applies to them. Now, if they see a whole lot of black people winning, just like in the 1920s, we're going to have race riots again. So it's like, yeah, it's not racist, but however, there's ways that it is racist because it's such as like, black people have less. Yeah, when we go to the bank, Dennis might get denied and maybe race might get accepted for the loan. However, people's going to say, it's not racist, it's not racist, the white man had more. Well, that's how race gets tied into it, where it goes back to what Pastor said, where the system's not racist. However, it is racist at the same time, but it's not intended to be racist.
It's not racist if your family don't believe in you. It's not racist if your family does not have any assets. It's not racist if your family never taught you to hold on to nothing. That's not racist. That means your family is just.
Thank you.
That's not racist. And that's not racist.
Exactly. But the thing is, you learn the rules of communism. Now, when Joseph Biden learned those rules of communism, he said, let's lock up all the black male figures because, of course, they're the ones working the jobs. These women don't know what they're doing. But once you learn the rules, it's like chess. Once you learn how you can move these pawns, then you can play that game. And they played that game from the assassination of the leaders to putting in what's that word? Institutionalized racism. That's how they learn to manipulate these pieces where black people will always be at the bottom.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm conflicted. No, I'm conflicted because I was looking at the story. I don't want to play it. I'm looking at these videos of all these black people that are getting denied access to bank. Like literally walking to a bank and getting cops called on them.
Like for example, I could share another story. Like for example, I worked in a bank and I know that to get a mortgage, they do a verification of employment, which is they're going to have you show your tax returns to get that mortgage. Now, a black person like me that held different jobs, same like Dennis, maybe like Pastor, as a black person, we may move job to job just to get a higher paying job, or we might face harassment and racism. So we go to another job looking for a better place to work. Now, a white person, they can work somewhere for 10, 15 years. Most white people probably only have like 1 to 3 jobs throughout their lifetime. Now, when we go and get the mortgage, we're going to get a higher interest rate. Now, people going to say, how is it racist? Because, we're not giving you a higher interest rate because of your black skin. We're giving you a higher interest rate of your job. It's another way.
I have to disagree with you, Ski Mask. I
Definitely
have to disagree with you. Who do you think created the gig economy? I've seen. Look, let's forget about this race stuff for white people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've seen black pizza delivered. Black people, white people, Asian people. I've seen people delivering pizzas, taxi drivers, like security officers, security guards, and all that stuff. Working and trying to like get their way up the ladder. And like I don't even want to say that's a white structure. I want to say that's just people moving up the economic ladder. And when you make it these white people, I think we really kind of blocking our blessing. That's just why I don't want like white people that is blocking a blessing from like doing business with black and brown and yellow and whatever color people too. Because if you look at it, the world is economically flat. There's a book written by Thomas Friedman called "The World is Flat." And economically, the world is flat. But you'd be surprised at how much work India does for us in the tech society, in the tech world. Like we are past this. I'm trying to tell you, the money is past worrying about black and white. I mean, we gotta just. I get it. Some things are racist, but I think we're really taking it too far right now. And I came up here to fight for the black people, but right now, y'all got me sounding like a white man.
Oh, no. Once again, it's kind of like one viewpoint is not, absolute. So it goes back to what you were saying, which is, you don't want people block their blessings. Yeah, but you got to fix in actuality. Whereas, like, for example, how many jobs have you had, Pastor?
I've had about 3 jobs in my whole life.
Thank you. Now, someone like me, I know everybody's going to have everything to say about me. I've held over 21 different positions at different companies within the last 8 years because I had to make do from 7-Eleven to collections to selling phones at Cricket to working at Verizon. And right now, I'm now finally being compensated. But I couldn't be compensated at $10 an hour. So I had to do door to door. I had to do these different jobs. Dennis did a whole lot of different jobs. But when me and Dennis apply for a loan, you might get a lower interest rate because you switch less jobs. Now, if we bring somebody like maybe, if some white people, they literally been working at one company for 20 years. And then they have a husband that has a higher ranking job when all they did was graduate college. And they had a higher paying out job. So it's kind of like, is it racist because you're black? No, they found these factors that they can discriminate on. But it's like
just because he graduated from college, because at least he sat in college for 4 years. Now let me tell you.
Yeah, I sat in college for 4 years. I'm starting $47,000 a year. Like
I actually do travel work. So even though so you don't have to sit still. You just have to maybe work with the same company or do the same skill. What you have to do is show a line of decency. Like, I created this amount of money. I stayed out of jail. I didn't fall back on this. Like, just a line of decency. And see, the crazy thing about it is we're going to end up leading to a social credit score. A social credit score is going to happen because of this very same conversation that we're having right now. Because what you're saying is you're talking about a social order and how people can socially be in order to have credit, rather than what they can actually do to have credit. I would rather us more or less rely on what a person does, their production, to give them their credit rather than their social credit. Because I think that's nasty work when we start going into this social credit that you and Dennis are actually asking for, even though y'all call yourselves conservative.
No, I'm not. Real quick, not to cut you off. I'm not even asking for social credit, but I got to get off here and I'm going to do 20 more minutes and I got to go. So let me play more because I think I got us completely off the topic. So here's the situation, guys. 3 weeks, Kylie girl. Real quick, guys, let me just say this. Look, y'all in the chat, Concrete Fedor, you literally, that was phony and fake what you did. You got to understand, don't be like the rest of everybody else. Dude, like, I don't hate nobody because of their skin color. Just because I stopped talking about, you know, the blacks and being all that, don't mean now, like, you can, like, because I talk about some white thing or things white people do. Mind you, I'm only talking about racist white people. I'm only talking about white people who literally enslaved black people and benefited, or white people who shut down a black business and benefited, you know, stole land from black people, which happened. Those are the white people I'm talking about. Okay, stop trying to say that I'm talking about all white people. Like, for you to say I hate white people when I was in a white fraternity, I dated multiple mixed women. I mean, come on, dude. It ain't that deep. You're just in your feelings because you just want me to just talk about black people when I'm just now fairly talking about both people. So just relax, dude. Okay, you said all that fake stuff on Brandon's channel that you didn't, I'm assuming, mean. So just stop whining. Like dude just said, stop crying. You're being a crybaby right now. You could have came on the panel and debated me instead of running and being a phony and going on behind my back to, like, Queefador, I got the message. I'm not even going to dox you. I got the message. It's on. I screenshot it because I knew you were going to try to act like you didn't do it. And you went on Roy's channel and was talking mess about me, calling me a racist. How am I a racist, dude? When I love everybody. I just don't like the white trash and I don't like the black trash. Okay? I don't like no trash of any. And I'm considered trash at this point. Okay? So don't act like you're freaking wasn't talking shit behind my back. That's that phony crap that white people do because they want to, and then they want to act like I'm a racist because you want to talk behind my back.
Well,
just like Ski, what do you guys say to DTW? Because I'm tired of these white people trying to like play victim after they both. Queefador went on all these channels calling me a racist. Yeah, all these white people backing like, yeah, you giving it to that freaking like racist that black man. Now he wants to be like victim in my chat. You, like Driving Off literally came on here. And he literally tried to throw you on the bus. Like, I didn't do nothing. I just gave him a platform. And I'm like, dude, stop making excuses up. You literally was hyping him up to do it. Your dick was getting hard, like trying to like get these people to dox me and do all this. You were loving it. It was your channel. You didn't delete the channel. I mean, the videos. I had to like freaking strike him because it was too much. You went too far. And like you want to like try to throw him under the bus. Now I'm like, just don't say nothing. Just take the fact I said, I'm over it. It's fine. Just move on. But you want to try to say, you forgave Ski. Ski was writing me emails. We were going back and forth. And it took a while before I said, you know what? I'm making an executive decision. And I think he can be a valuable part because I was bashing black people. And that's the reason why Ski had an issue with me. Okay? Like, we can agree to disagree if I was just being respectful. So you tried to throw him under the bus. So Ski, before I play like 10 minutes of this dialogue on this live, I'll give you the floor. If you want to address Driving Off, or if you want to wait for another live, you can talk to him directly. Or you can just not say nothing at all.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'll say this. You know, we can always sit down and have a conversation because the best way to avoid beef is, you know, if you have an issue, you say your issue, and then, you know, you just got to go about it like a man. You know, that's the only way to go about it. But, you know, once again, I'm really thankful for Pastor, you know, on this panel because, like, once again, like, you know, this man is wide open. So, Pastor, I don't want you to think anything. I really like the way you think. So thank you.
I agree.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I just wanted
to I agree.
Context to the conversation. I mean, I like Dennis' platform. And he come over, he say some gaslighting things, and I get it, and I understand his reasoning for doing it. Is part of getting a conversation and getting the people riled up to get the conversation going. And Dennis, just don't pick a side. I mean, they say the man that stands for nothing gonna fall for something. I don't believe that's necessarily true. I don't think you're standing for nothing when you see the whole picture of what's going on. They want you to pick a side. They want you to be against the blacks, knowing that you used to sell weed, Dennis.
Yeah, and I mean you
too, brother.
He was nothing but a middleman.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, when it comes down to it, and Queef, if I have your messages, I'm not even gonna read them. I'm gonna give you time to I'm gonna let you live. Because I knew you were going to come back like everybody else do. Stop going on channels acting like I'm phony and fake. Just stop. Just do. You could have just came on the panel. But you were busy working. You couldn't get on in time. All you had to do is come on and tell me your opinion. But ultimately, I love everybody. I just don't like trash. But let's play this. Let me play the meat and potatoes to the whole reason why I did this live. Useful idiot. And y'all can tell me if you think this was okay for a black man to take part in. Okay? This is the point. Here we go. Let me play this real quick because we can get straight to it.
And it's not our fault that other people try to emulate that. it's your community. It's your community's business. It's your priority. It's your job to have self-confidence amongst each other, to make each other feel good. It's not our job to do that. We don't give a fuck if you people have self-confidence or not. And it's not our job to give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you.
You don't think the beatings, you don't think the beatings, the rapes and all, and the beatings, the rapes and all that other stuff had anything to do with that, to where black women were like, we are nothing and we have to look like them in order to get something, which is why the movie by Alex Haley, Queen was a light skin because her dad was a slave master who raped her mom, and she passed for being white because of how fair her skin was. So they did that so that she can, because they said, we're going to have you be white so you can have a better life. Now, because they do that.
Look at this. This is, I didn't even know. I didn't even realize he was, I forgot he was on this chat too, of course. The guy that loves black women, I believe he said that he was dating black women. Look what he just said. Nah, Latinas and Hispanic women win in the beauty department. You see, you can't make this up. Isn't this a white man or are you Hispanic, Quifador? I can see if you're Hispanic, but if you're a white man saying this, like, and then you're the guy that like want to play like both sides, like, bro, this is bad. This is nasty work right here. And I didn't even mean to show this because this man literally, like, if I said this, then he would say that I'm a racist.
I don't know. So
he's on this panel. He's on this panel. They're on this panel talking about black women in a derogatory way, and he decides to put this comment up.
So
they're talking about black people on here. Why would it be time? Is this time and place to put this message up?
What bad did he say about black people? All he said was, so they're talking bad about black people. Cool, right?
No, the content of the point of this moment right here, I could have went back a little bit further. The whole point, they were talking about the most attractive women, okay? Mm-hmm. Or not attractive women. They're talking about why people don't date black women. And he decided to put that up.
That's his preference. That has nothing to do with black women.
Like, it don't matter if somebody's bashing black women. This is not time and place to say Latinas and Hispanic women win in the beauty department.
So I get what you're saying, that he's kind of he's kind of picking a side of saying, okay, well, I don't like black women. I like Latinas and Hispanics. That's his preference. But yet he did not say, he said Hispanic. He said, nah, Latinas and Hispanic women win in the beauty contest. He did not say that.
So, Pastor, if I say to you, Pastor, if I come on this panel, and when I used to say and talk mess about what type of women I like and this and that, how many times I get smoked from all y'all when I'm with a Hispanic woman and I'm talking about the woman I'm attracted to at this point, but I'm black and y'all like say you don't like your own skin, you don't respect your own women. When I never dogged,
I was married. The mother of my child. I have a child. I have a biracial child.
White women, I know you told us, but the point of the matter is y'all literally go in on me for not caping for black women. Like, I never dated a black woman before. But like, if I left a comment like this on a racist, like live stream with a racist who's degrading, black women, y'all would literally be at my neck.
No, we would say that you prefer Dennis. We say Dennis prefers his Latina women because you didn't say, Latina women look good and black women look like monkeys and they stink.
Let's change the rules. So you know what? I'm going back to the content. I'm going back to the content. So tomorrow when y'all wake up, and I'm only talking about scintillating black issues, I'm not putting no context behind it. I don't want to hear no bullshit from anybody. Since now, like what I decided to do here is not what's needed. I'm gonna just go back to talking about things that's gonna get people to hyper react to the narrative that I put out there. Like with anything that we do, we're still slaughtering each other. We're still killing each other. We're still doing all these things that's going to affect us directly. And, it's sad. Most of the stuff he said without the extra he adds to it is what I would agree with. Because, guess what? we're guilty of 55% plus of murders in this whole country. But guess what? He didn't have the context that there's white murders that go on, resolved, that go, they get away with, being serial killers, not getting caught. But guess what? Y'all at my neck, and I go to the route of explaining why it's not what it is. Now you guys are like upset. Like, not upset, but now you guys know I'm doing it wrong. And it ain't no making you guys happy. Like, it ain't no making black folks happy. I'm not talking about Ski. Ski's been open-minded. That's why I let But Pastor, right now you're not really being. You're being like you're switching up on me, man. Because 2 months ago or a month ago, you were on here at my neck for talking about black folks without context. Now everything I say, you're against it. Like, what do you want from me?
No, bro. Like, so check this, right? I'm not against you, right? When I'm not against you by no means. Well, I'm just balancing out the conversation because at one point it was too much on the blacks. Now it's kind of too much on the whites. I'm just here to balance out the conversation. That's it.
Well, I mean, once again, you see what I'm saying? I can't. How do I get equal? How do I get equal? When I was talking about all white people, all black people, and then now I talk about both. That Jim Jones getting beat up by 2 white thugs. I talked about that, but then I talked about, the other day it was another black issue that happened. I forgot what it was. I talked about both, and like it ain't no making y'all happy at this point. So I'm gonna have to just talk about whatever I want to talk about. And by the way, Quifador, like you email me apology. You're not coming on until you email me apology because I'm not giving you a platform. What I will say is if they're talking about beauty, then guess what? I was wrong. But you're not coming up here because you said you didn't want nothing to do with my channel. So I'm just not going to acknowledge you no more. You can stay in the chat. You live in there. But guess what? We're not doing that. But let's watch the rest of this video. Just 10 minutes of it, and then we can rehash, and then I gotta go.
Do that made a whole lot of other people say, well, our skin can't go that color. So what do we got to do? Let's try to straighten out our hair and do these other things to take away who we really are. That came from the mental beatdown and everything from the white person. You can sit up here and say that you not forcefully do it, but the mentality aspect, that's exactly what you did because that's all psychological warfare. Get them to try to not be themselves so we can eradicate them. That was a step.
Is there anything that's actually black people's fault? Is there any flaws with black people that are black people's fault?
A whole bunch. I'll name one. I'll name one. I'll name a few right now. When we get mad, don't you talk to me. Why we gotta clap every time we get mad? Why we gotta clap?
Yeah, that's just goofy as shit. But you're right.
No. Why we gotta clap? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that? And I can answer this one. When let's say there's a white Karen or something, we go mouth off instantly, extra quick, loud. Now some people say, why don't you just hold back? Because of all the lynchings, the hangings, the beatings, the getting held back, getting pulled over in their car for no reason, getting handcuffed for no reason, doing all this stuff, going to jail to go on dry runs. People, I don't know if y'all ever been to the county. I've never been to prison, and I'm not a felon. I didn't been to county a few times, but I ain't got no record because it's always been bullshit. They throw it out, the DA ain't got nothing. I would rather go do that little time in jail than pay that little $500 to that bail bondsman because they just want to take some money from you. That's what they're doing. But when I go in, I get right on out because I ain't supposed to be there anyway. Now, I didn't get to the county.
That's stupid. That's why black people suffer from the lack of knowledge. Why would you sit in jail when you can bond out? That's not a racist.
You don't get your 10% back. You don't get your 10% back. That's why.
Who gives a fuck?
10% of 100 is 1,000. I mean, my bad. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000.
If your bond is that bad, you might either want to pick a better, want to do something different. But why would you want to be locked in jail when you can be out making money, living life, being with your people? Why would you want to be like, I'm just gonna sit in jail and not bond out?
Bail bondsman and not the lawyer.
Why? Because you can't afford a lawyer. You can't afford a bond. So I just want to sit here. That is some of the worst advice, and most black people don't do that.
You might be a front yard mechanic.
Most black people do not sit in jail. Most black people bond out. That's a fact. If a black person bond out, they bonding out. That is crazy. That's nasty work.
Okay, well, let's go to the next one. This is accident. I clicked right when he was told to like juck and jive pretty much for the white man right here. I didn't mean to put it on this moment, but I'm gonna let more play. So he was going back and forth. I'll give him that.
I'm not a felon. The opposite of this, people on this side of the screen, JB Gunner, you all know Tammy said it also, felon and been to prison. So outside of someone would say, well, you got a black guy that's not doing what you say, but the white guy is doing what you were supposed to do. What do you get about this situation here? How you've been to prison and you're a felon. I'm not a felon and I've never been to prison.
How do I feel about it? I feel
as far as how you're speaking about us being more violent and doing crimes and things, you have the criminal history and I don't.
Because what you're doing is you're taking an individual comparison rather than the at-large general public.
Where there's 1, there's 10, where there's 100, when there's 100, there's 1,000.
But the numbers would show that. then that's where statistics come from. It's a counting of numbers. That's where statistics, come from. You looking at me and taking me as an example when when I am not your typical white guy. This is what you don't understand. I'm not your typical white male. And so the typical white male wasn't raised on the south side of Chicago. The typical white male wasn't raised around and by black people. Typical white male's first wife wasn't black. There's a lot about me that is not your typical white male. Because of my upbringing around nothing but black people, I did more blackish shit. And I believe that's what led to crime in prison. But ultimately, you
did more blackish shit. Did you just say you did more blackish shit?
Yeah,
no, you were doing the shit. You were doing the shit. All right. Look, from the Klan to the skinheads and everything. That's lynching. That's larceny. That's everything criminal right there. That's everything criminal. You can't just say you learn to do it from the blacks when the whites were here first. The majority of you guys are doing that stuff. Bootlegging,
just let me know.
Prohibition, alcohol, all that stuff, breaking crime, bank robbing, all that stuff came from white people. Bonnie and Clyde and all them. Bonnie and Clyde, my Barker and the boys. Those are white people. All this shit just carried on.
White people definitely commit crimes too, but per capita number shows the black people commit way more.
We ain't going to schools and shooting up schools. You guys are going to concerts. Shooting up people with ARs. You guys do random race like crazy shit. Someone could be jogging down the street like Aubrey in Georgia,
I'm sorry,
and you guys say, "What you doing over here?" And you smoke him. That's what white people do.
No, this is why I ate chicken and spit on his grave too. Because ultimately, let me tell you something about him. That man,
I would immediately have cut. He said he literally ate chicken and spit on that man's grave, which he probably did because he does that. That's his ammo. That's what he does. He pisses and he craps on people's graves.
So what happened is, so the white guy tried to jump accountability. Now, he tried to jump the accountability of the fact that he grew up in an impoverished inner city environment is the reason why he became a criminal. That could be argued again. That's he can call it blackish. That's just why Black Lives Matter had a bunch of white people in it, but that's not blackish. That's just social. That's his. He was at a lower social economic standing because you can take that same white boy or that same black boy and put him in a rural environment where they're in a better school system. They just less chaos, and both children can do good despite their race. That's an environmental issue, not a. That's again. We're talking about social. Y'all want to make it race. This is a social issue that y'all try to make race, but y'all got it.
It's not a social.
Not the cultural. It's a cultural issue.
I don't think it's a culture issue because we got to understand black people don't have any culture due to the white man. And whatever is black culture, all white people have did was anytime they put their finger inside the soup, they made white nigga soup. My bad. I'm getting back to the old me. But the whole thing is they always interfered in black culture, man. So it's like you can say it's a my friend won't let me win inside of Mortal Kombat. My bad. Now I'm back. Yeah, but you got to realize black culture is a subset of white culture. When the Irish people came over here, like a lot of words that we have taken or used actually came from the white people, like that had no skills. Like a lot of people don't know that, like even in the early 1900s, if you're from the Midwest, you call someone a bohonk. What's a bohonk? It was a white person that came from Europe that had no skills because they were dumb. They had no skills, no anything. But like what I try to tell you, JB, like all white people, lack accountability. They don't want to take accountability. But whatever he did came from black people. But black people, you got to realize, when they needed to learn how to plant, they went to the Native Americans. They actually brought African farmers over here to teach them how to plant rice. White people don't know how to do nothing. In Europe, they never had any crops. There's no food that grows there. The potato came from South America. White people are not good at anything but stealing. I rest my case on this episode.
See, then that's where it gets nasty work, because we go so far against. See, you can't go so far on the blacks, can't go so far on the whites. Now, to say that white people are not good at anything will be ridiculous. White people are good at organizing. They're good at planning. They're good at structure. They're also good at
They're also good at those things too. But they
are. You know what? They may not innovate, but they learn quick.
They don't
learn quick. So I'm not saying I'm not afraid to cake for white people, but we can't go. That's the nasty work, man. And when that's just why I look like a hypocrite, because I don't believe in going so far on the blacks and so far on the whites to say that they can't do anything. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna play some more. And we can just cut up. Let me know the cut, and then y'all can respond to it.
Because I think spinning facts told me gets old quick. It's just not that. It's just me giving them the accountability. Because all they ever did was steal. You got to learn the real McCoy, Elijah McCoy. He's the one that came up with everything. All they did was steal patents. They convinced a lot of people that we're not good at anything when really we're good at a whole lot of things. They don't want to give us credit because once again they white. Like for example, they never came up with chicken wings. A black man did. But we're not going to get into that debate on this episode of Dennis Jerome Jr.
Man, that motherfucker was, yes, that motherfucker ran in a man's house and then ran. And then,
you wild for that one, G.
No, you wild. You wild. That motherfucker ran into a white man's house and then ran down the road. Then when he was confronted, he tried to fight. Then he got shot. I saw the whole fucking thing.
All right, look, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna bring up another incident in Mississippi. The Mississippi Hit Squad, not too long ago, 6 officers went to a woman's house and they beat, sodomized the 2 black dudes that were renting rooms out there, and they did it because they were living with a white woman. They sodomized them, made them do sexual acts, and tried to set it up as it was a hit for hire. It backfired, and they all got caught. Those 6 cops did that too. 2 black men because they were renting a room from a white woman. That's the shit you guys do.
Yeah, because that's I hope more of those incidents occur. But I'm just saying is that ultimately there are definitely crimes that we commit, but what we don't do is kill each other over.
Those are from cops, man.
Right.
That's from law enforcement. So you want all right? So your statement is you want law enforcement to kill more innocent black people.
Yes.
See, that way of thinking right there, G. That way of thinking right there. See, that's the problem with America right now.
But
that's
also,
the real problem. You want law enforcement to kill blacks. That makes us not even want to drive down the street or anything else like that.
You should want to get on the boat and take your asses back. I wish our law enforcement and our government would make you actually uncomfortable, but they won't because they want everything to be fair and equal. I wish they would make you guys feel scared to walk down the street, but they won't. But you're asked, so I'm telling you.
You guys first of all killed all the buffalo, so the Native Americans could not have no food and eat and do all what they got to do. All right, but what I'm talking about is this though. If the Mexicans and the Native Americans and the blacks said, all right, let's just do this. Let's just start this race war and let's just go get them. Let's just go get them. That's what you want?
I would be okay with that. Saying Dennis, the problem with
all right, so look at this.
Real quick. The problem with what the white guy, now this is where the white guy's looking. He's looking real dumb right now. When he says that he doesn't want black people to walk down the street and feel safe without committing a crime. Now, what he keeps saying is this term per capita, right? So there's way less black people than white people. So when certain things happen in our community, it shines brighter because there's less of us. So per capita is not the same as the overall issue. Now, the police actually kill more innocent white men per year. And what he's not understanding is those same law enforcement that he's backing, and I'm not against law enforcement by no means, but those same law enforcement officers that he's talking about is more likely to kill him than me, especially based off first impressions and how we look.
But do you think this should have ultimately been platformed? And at the end being called, like I respect this guy, blah, blah, blah. Don't you think this message should just not be pushed and validated?
No, can you please repeat that? You asked us something about respect, right?
Yeah, pretty much he left. Okay, I'm gonna play more of this, but he pretty much at the end said that I respect him. We had a difference of opinion. What I'm saying is, should this message be platformed any more than just saying, well, this guy is just ignorant?
It's like one of those things. It goes back to respect. Yeah, I can see him respecting, difference of opinion. Should this kind of information or this topic be platformed? it's kind of like I'm a person where like I don't cry over spilled milk. If I can't control it, then it is what it is. And once again, YouTube is the one that platforming. So I don't have a conversation on if it should be platformed or not because I can't control that. And even if I said yes or no, what does that do? I mean, I don't know if you want all of us to go over there, strike his channel. I mean, I know you're not saying anything like that, so we're not going to allude to anything. Dennis not saying anything like that. But the whole thing is we can't control if it gets platformed or not. So
true.
I don't want him to be.
I don't do that.
Why would you want him to be deplatformed for? I mean, I really believe in the First Amendment. I don't really think he should be deplatformed for thinking that, because at the end of the day, Dennis, this is what I was saying. He's a alt poor white. Do you think he's actually truly donating any money to his local fire department, local police department? Do you think? I mean, you can say he's a millionaire, but he got money, but I really don't think that he's like that. I mean, I get what he's saying. He made a little bit of money. Maybe things good for him, and he's in a position now that he can look at himself as an achieved person in society. They can look down on people that haven't achieved. They go to jail, but at the same time, he has to admit that he was a same criminal ass white guy that greater white society looked down on. So he wasn't always, even if he is in a good economic position right now in life, at one point in his life, and he blamed it on black people, I was living a blackish lifestyle. No, at one point you were in a lower social economic status and you were committing crimes, and greater white society looked down on you. Now you figured out a way to make a little bit of money, and some white society has accepted you, not completely. And now you type of way about it. I mean, it's obvious.
Well, question real quick I got for you though, and ask you and Ski, and try to keep it within 1 minute so I can hurry up and get a little bit more of this played. This right here, I think that Robert Reese would be a household name if he could convert this bigot into an honorable human being. Is it Andrea? I'm sorry, Andrea Henderson. That's her question she had here. Do you think he could be redeemed? Actually, let's wait till we get to like the end of playing this, and you can tell me if you think this man could be redeemed and if Robert Reese can make it happen. Let's play a little bit more. Whoops.
Black women are killed 6 times more, are killed 6 times more likely to be, or more like 6 times more likely to be killed than white women, but 20 times more in Wisconsin. Now, you just said that you wish more of that is going on. Why?
Well, no, I'm not worried about black women. Black women are going to kill them. Black women are going to kill themselves. They're 189.7 pounds on average. White women are 166. Black women's diabetes.
Now, I'm a personal trainer, G. When we talk about weight, I'm a personal trainer degree in that, G. So when we talk about weight and everything, we'll go ahead and break that down. We talk about, so just know that's my field.
We can go for it all day. Their average weight is 189.7 pounds. And then listen, if you're a personal trainer, there's no way that you can look at them and not know that they're the least healthiest woman on this planet. But that's on you. You asked why they're 6 times more likely to be killed.
You can't make comments like that, G. The white man was getting slops and everything. That's how soul food came. The white man tried to give us slops and everything. But on top of that, you got to understand, you're talking about weight, not body fat percentage. Though.
No. Their BMI, their average BMI is 32.
No, the BMI does not count. The BMI does not count anything for body fat percentage. That is your basal metabolic indicator there. That is nothing.
What was that?
This guy's making this look bad. He's just ranting. The BMI is not a European construct.
It's
a health biometric science. This guy he's talking about soul food and chitlins. Fast. When you got to debate better, brother. Yo, have a good one, man.
Thank you, Pastor. Your presence. Now, my opinion is this. Not really an opinion. It's just a fact. And for anyone that works in healthcare will tell you that they use different formulas for African Americans and stuff like that. There was actually a recent case where somebody was denied a kidney. A black woman was denied a kidney for like 10 years, and she was finally able to get one, and she was supposed to be on the list. But they said that black people, I guess we have different kidney functions or whatever, and she got denied a kidney when she really needed one, and she stayed on dialysis for a very long time, and she got awarded with that. So you can actually look that up. Now, it's just like, for example, like in the scientific measures, they try to say that black people can take more pain than white people. That's what they try to say medically. But the whole thing is, at the end of the day, Dennis, you know what I used to say. These fat white women need to stop it, bro. They need to stop it. Like, it's just a fact. You go to a mall, you see fat white women in scooters, bro. It's just like they need a whole parking spot. They need a parking permit. Like their undies get tied up in their behind. Like they need like
I don't agree.
crop.
I don't agree with any of these statements.
Well,
If,
I'm playing around, so I do apologize. We're not going to take the channel like that. But at the end of the day, facts is facts. You walk around, you see fat white women everywhere.
I'm gonna just say it's fat every woman other than Asian. I don't really see Asian. I don't remember the last time I saw a fat Asian woman, but there's.
I mean, all you have to do is go. Like there's a lot of fat Asian women everywhere, man. Like there's a lot of fat people, but like at the end of the day, fat white goes together, man. Like it's just a fact. You got to go to like Tennessee. Go to Tennessee. Go to the Bible Belt. Go to Texas. You see fat white people double-sided scooting inside of Disneyland. They cause craters inside the earth. There's a reason why we don't have speed bumps. It's like they're once again they're the reason why you see cracks inside the sidewalk. It's because of them, and they need to be stopped.
No, I get it. And Andrea, I didn't know you were joking. I thought because that's the whole point of me playing this, because I'm just being fair. I'm just showing this clip. I'm showing the clips. And by the way, look, guys, because of Ski, I'm going to open my mind to just tell you guys, go watch the whole thing. You're going to see how a racist white man thinks of black people. That's all I can say. Go watch the whole thing. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Go watch the whole thing if you want. That way, y'all can see exactly, and y'all can be the judge if he did, a good enough job with what was put in front of him. I just thought it was like a comedy skit for the most part, because this guy was literally just saying all kinds of nasty things.
Nothing to do with your body fat percentage, because we have endomorph, mesomorph, and ectomorph. Okay, that has nothing to do with anything.
Are black women the fattest women out of all the women on this planet?
No.
Who is that?
Samoans, Tongans, over there. And if you go to certain parts of India, now there is in Nigeria.
Just a heads up, he's calling this a discussion, not a debate. So it's not a debate; it's a discussion.
There's a population there that they don't like skinny women there. They want large women there in Nigeria. But you would have to go to Tonga, to Samoa, New Zealand. You would have to go all over there to be able to go in and find that. Because if you go to the continent of Africa, you will see that is definitely not the case. And the continent of Africa is one of the places where the fat people is just not there. You got to come to white America to start seeing obesity at that rate.
I understand what you're saying. America in general is one of the fattest countries. No question about it. The obesity in America is clearly a problem. But when it comes to women, you asked the question. I stand by my stats that the 189.7 pounds is their average weight. I stand by that. I stand on that. And the question still is, why are they 20 pounds heavier than any other woman in America? So going back to why black women are killed or died, I would also say part of that has to do with the people that they're around. If you hang around Tyrones all day, you're probably going to get murdered. How do I know that? Because 12.4% of this country are you, but you commit 58% of the homicides. 12.4% of this country murder almost 60% of the murders. Well, how's
the
that
white man
possible?
tries to make that area where black, brown, and everything is mixed. They try to make that as the bad spot, so they create that. They create that so that they can try to say, let's fix it for a political campaign. That's what they do, and they want to do population control. That's what it is. They want to do population control.
If that was the case, if that was the case, wouldn't black men all come together and be like, let's prove the white man what wrong? Let's stop killing each other. Wouldn't they do that just to prove us wrong?
Well, that's improper.
Was he right on point with that point that he made? Because I made that point, but I didn't say it in that sense.
I mean, which person? You mean Vanilla Wafer?
Racist. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Vanilla Wafer. Oh man, that man is wrong, because you gotta look at the whole issue at whole. It's kind of like, once again, we got to think about all the white people that are counted black. How many white people, where do mixed people fall on that spectrum? But it goes back to the whole thing of why these people committing crimes. It's like, for example, in Chicago, they're running up to people and putting them at gunpoint and saying, put the money in my bank account. Look, if they go up to Dennis and Dennis says he don't have a bank account, they're going to believe him. They're doing that to white people because they hold all the wealth and they're greedy. So it goes back to the whole thing of, why are they robbing people? Well, they don't have jobs. And Dennis grew up. Dennis, how many black people do you know when you was in high school that actually worked like a career type job? You'd be like, wow, I look back at my life. I can't speak for you. I can look back at my life. I can't really think too many. But how many white people like JB Garner that be like, my uncle owns a plastic plant out there outside of
Well,
young.
all of them, all the white people got somebody that's successful. You know, like I'm talking about, like
I mean, somebody that's
100,000 plus a year.
You know, it's just like the whole thing of, like, remember when I tried to tell you, like, you're black, you can't take a white man's advice. A white man can tell you you don't need to go to college to be successful, because they're going to have someone that's going to put them on the construction, plastics, warehouse. As a black person, I can't tell the next person not going to college will make you successful or will not. I can't guarantee that. Yeah, jobs don't make you rich. But however, for a white person, shoot, they can come out of high school, make $50K a year, $60K a year, just logging around in East Palestine. They can work on the railroad roads. How many black people do you know, Dennis, that work at the railroads? You know, you might not know that many.
I never heard of a black person working on railroads in 2024.
Exactly, and the railroads, and that's the whole point. Whereas these white people, they have, you know, those opportunities. He's looking at the number. You got to look the message behind those numbers. Why is this happening? He's not wanting to look in there because he don't care about black people. And Robert Reese exposed that white people don't care about black people. So when you're talking to a white person, you can't take their advice because they don't care about you. They don't really know anything about you, because JB doesn't know anything about black people. You know, he blamed why he's a mess up due to black people, but he didn't blame himself on this episode of Robert Reese and Hot Facts.
Yeah, and he chose the black people that aren't productive, because there's a lot of black people who are productive, who could have led him in the right way, but he chose the black people who were struggling to choose to, you know, be around.
Probable. That's improbable, not impossible. That is improbable, because we're humans, and from the beginning of mankind, humans killed each other.
You guys kill each other over blue and red rags. You guys kill each other over your fucking
red rags and blue rags and red rags came from white man.
I understand that. In this country,
cowboys killing each other. Cowboys were murdering each other. White dudes, robbing banks and killing each other. The white dudes.
Currently, that's not the way it works. Currently, only about 11% of total gangbangers in this country are white.
You're a gangbanger.
You're a gangbanger. Not even close.
You're a gang. All right, so all right, let's clarify this now. Let's clarify this. All right, so there's places I cannot go, and I'm not from that set or I'm not from that hood, but some people think I'm there. I grew up around the blue side pretty much all my life, even though I got a lot of the red side too. Tukey Woods used to be at my granny's house. Okay, my uncles was starting it with him. All right, so I'm not a Crip. My older brother a Crip, but go tell that to some other people. They can say I'm a Crip. I'm not. Now, when I go on the inside, if I have to, my gang is the blacks. I got to ride. It is what it is. Now, I see your tattoo there. You got an AB on you, correct?
What?
Is that an AB on your arm?
No.
I see a B on your arm, right?
I don't have any gang shit on me.
All right.
Tattoo.
All right. So by your ideology and how you feel, it's the same ideology as the Klansmen, neo-Nazi, which will be classified as gangbangers, or a Hell Angel, which will be a gangbanger, which these organizations get put under RICO Acts also, which will make you a gangbanger.
So because I like cheeseburgers and they like cheeseburgers, I'm part of their gang. That's what I want you to think about what you're saying. Because I like something and they like something, that means I'm part of their gang? How does that work?
All right, put it like this. Like the one guy said, he said, I'm not a Klansman, but I'm fully involved. Is that you?
No. I'm a grown man that works and spends time with my family all day. I don't understand how grown men hang out with other grown men. I don't hang out with other grown men, nor have I in 20 years. So you're just a solo racist. You're a solo racist. 100%. Yeah, I'm not part of it.
How are you gonna be a solo racist with the same views as all the other ones? You in the same boat.
Here's the thing. My views are my preference. Like, for instance, you need to ask yourself something, okay? Where do you think my views came from? Do you think I was taught them?
I believe that you learn them, and I believe that you learn them, and I do believe that some stints in prison will go ahead and help you out with that too.
Here's the truth: is being around black people is what did it. Actually, I actually get mad when I meet other white people that don't know, have never seen any black people, but yet they think they know anything. All right, let me give you an example. For instance, a lot of white liberals who love black people, they've never met them. They've never seen them. You know how many white people I've met in my life that's never even come across a black person?
I know a whole lot.
And I always think to myself, particularly if they act as if they like.
Would you call them liberals for the most part?
Like once again, there's a lot of white people in this country that has never seen a black person in person. But as I'm listening to this, I just want to say thank you to Robert Reese for being in the comments saying like, because this is a discussion, and if you think about it, it's not a debate, but you can't lose a discussion. But as I'm listening to this is a discussion, not really a debate. No one's saying who's right or wrong. I'm thinking like, maybe Dennis, we should bite off of his idea, and maybe we should do discussions. And because thinking about it, like, all you're doing is bringing different viewpoints, and think about it, like, nobody's really arguing back and forth. He's saying, how do you feel about this? He says, how you feel back and forth. This is just well played, man. Like, this is like a discussion. So I apologize.
So we need to give him a clap.
Yeah, like we should give him a clap, but not. I'm just saying for you, Dennis. I'm thinking like you should go with the whole discussions, because then it kind of takes off the whole thing of the emotional attachment of I'm wrong, when really nobody's right or wrong. He's saying how he feels, and it's like, wow, we're seeing inside of a head of like a Ted Bundy right here, man. We're seeing inside the head, like, we've seen the ingredients of a peanut butter jar, a jar of mayonnaise. Like, we're seeing like, who are these people, why they are who they are. So it's like, damn, like Robert Reese stumbled upon gold, and I think we need to take it.
Okay, I guess you gotta give it to him.
We need to be black and take his idea, or my bad, we need to be white and take his idea and just put a different name on it.
Do you think we should? Do you think I should just go find some racist people and tell them I got a platform?
I mean, like, I'm with you. You should find racist people. You should find transgender people and be like this, because at the end of the day, we may not like those people, but hey, why not hear them out and have them share their story? And think about it, you're right there in California. You could probably literally like bring somebody and just have it, not to your apartment, obviously, because we don't want your apartment to have HPV or herpes or anything like that. But I mean, in all actuality, in all seriousness, you have in California, you have a whole spectrum, and we can just hear their ideas and say it's a discussion and not a debate, so no one like gets too personal with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like I'm sitting back listening to this. Like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to listen to that on Tuesday. So, man, I think maybe you should discuss to maybe JB. I mean, you probably won't. Of like, do you think your ideas are too outlandish? Whereas like, it's not a debate. You're actually saying like, do you think your ideas are too outlandish? Do you think they can actually bring harm?
Can you do it? Can you debate them? I can't do it.
No, of course you can't do it, and there's no shame in that. Once again, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But this is your issue with him, and I think it will make great content. But it's not even content. You don't want him platform, so that's fair. But it's kind of like, I want Robert to kind of ask the guy, like, off the question of, do you think some of your views is applicable for all black people, or like, do you think they can cause harm for an innocent black person like you and Christina?
No, I can't think. He just said he's down, but I can't do it only because I got to stand for something, and I'm not about to put that me next to that. I just can't, because that's just, I mean, people would be people will feel disrespected. But if somebody but it's gonna be questions that actually matter. But yeah, I'll see somebody wants to come and debate them, like maybe wordplay or somebody that wants
discussion, Dennis.
Discussion.
No. Like, find somebody openly racist. If you don't want to do it, JB, that's fine, because he made a threat on you and Christina like for being black. That's completely fine. But like, shit, like that's a good idea. Just bring someone else that look like a vanilla wafer. Bring on Torp. I mean, unless you don't want Torp, but like, shoot, say, hey, I have these questions, and make like a discussion. Don't make like a debate. Like, I'm right, you're wrong, because that's where it always go wrong. Because everybody gotta think they're right.
I got you. No, I ain't gonna lie. I might have to. Like, I'm gonna tell Cali girl, maybe instead of me going to that counselor she wants me to go to, maybe I'll have to hire you to be my social worker. My mental health
case
guy.
But no, like, in my opinion, social working doesn't work because it's a controlled environment. I'm thinking like this can actually help you, because you actually see other people. Like, you probably got hood people from your town. But I'm just saying though, like, in all actuality, this actually might be more therapeutic than counseling, because counseling is controlled. Here, like, for example, everybody knows who I am and what I stand for. I can actually listen to JB because I'm like, yeah, okay. Now I'm understanding why he thinks that way. Now the majority of people that think like that, now I can kind of see like that, where it's like, yo, this is actually more therapeutic for me than sitting inside of a therapy session that I don't have money for. This is free. You don't have that money to do those therapy sessions, but like this can actually help you overcome your issues because you're gonna go to a therapist that's gonna say all black people are good, but it's like, shoot, why not actually sit down with these people and say, why do you do the things that you do?
No, I get, no, here's the thing. I get that. I think the issue is just, here's the thing. I know what he stands for. So it's going to be, if I did it, it would be literally for the views and the money. I would want somebody who's actually educated in black, like, history, that would be able to debate him, because it won't be a conversation. Because it's like, he already had the conversation with them. What would need to be done is like a debate on why he's wrong about these different things. And I would literally, if I talk to him, it would be more of like, all I would have to act on emotion, because most of the stuff I'm not even gonna cap. He's right in some points, but it's the added info or the added conversation behind why it's like that. Like, why are black people violent? Yes, we're violent to some sense, but then why is it? It's because of the fact there's no opportunity. There's no other things that aren't being provided. That if you have white people who were like shooting each other, you had 100+ murders, a month in a city, and there are white people getting murdered, you're going to have National Guard, you're going to have like government, they're going to be involved directly fixing that. But because it's black people, they don't care. Like, we're literally laughing at 1,000 murders in like a state for black people. And, like, I'm not saying laughing, but you get what I'm saying? Like, the government is laughing because that's more
exactly, not taking it serious. But I gotta go with TCH. He said, is it therapeutic to speak to someone who hates him in his race? Well, it's kind of like one of those things where they say, do you see that in the sky? And if everybody says no, you start going crazy. That's why a lot of people go crazy. Whereas, like, it's kind of like, it's good when you find different people. And like, once again, I'm not saying you need to do JB. I'm saying, do someone else. Don't do JB if you don't want to do JB. But all I'm saying is, it's like, you gotta kind of go. My take is, I like to do reality other than a controlled environment. Because I always try to tell you, like, Dennis, you didn't take any of this stuff serious until you seen that woman that was killed in that driveway, because you said, I'm from Ohio. That could have been me. I do rideshare. And it's kind of like one of those things is, we was trying to tell you, but until you actually see that could actually be you, then you changed. So it's kind of like,
it is nasty work though. That happened, and then like a few days later, having a guy like threatening to kill me. And I know that a lot of that was satire, but Christina talking about the kid, like, that was really a rude awakening, because I really thought white people that behaved in that way were gone.
Well, I see the unspoken one. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, once again, Dennis doesn't want to speak to an unspoken one for that reason, because I feel like this, you shouldn't reference people unless they're actually there, because when you don't reference people, that's where that mixed communication comes into play, where Dennis is like, I have to take all threats serious. Somebody actually threatened my life. So it's like, that's why we don't use real people for examples. We should, you should have used your other example. But it goes back to the whole thing of, until you can actually feel that can actually be you, then you actually change. But it's like, you're from Ohio, you're like, oh, I'm from Ohio. Man, I went to Ohio on accident before. And I said, what happened if I knocked on a person's door like I had to do back in the old days and said, hey, can I have directions? They could have killed me and said I was trying to rob them. There's a lot of white people that's out here thirsty for a black body.
I get all that. I mean, I kind of think, let me just say this. I think that where we're at right now is that, look at it like this. If I had a chance to interview Joe Biden, he said, Dennis, either you or somebody that wants to ask me any questions you want, I would be ignorant if I took that debate or that conversation. I would be ignorant. I would find the smartest black person I know that would be able to be informed. Because if I did it, it's going to be literally me doing it for attention, me doing it for likes and views and super chat money, and me saying things that ultimately I may not believe, but trying to, like, what do you call it? I'm trying to like pander to black folks, and I'm like literally walking hypocrite because some of the stuff I do believe. But with me finding somebody that's smarter than me, way smarter than me, which is not that hard to find. I wish Cali Girl was black because she would be a good one, but somebody that actually can debate him on why he's wrong about these points that he was making. That's what I'm going to look to do. Now, maybe, you know, wordplay, I'll reach out to him. If you don't want to do it, but I prefer you to do it. But I got to have one person that shows their face. So maybe you on wordplay and then you have him. But I can't be a part of it just because what I stand for, I'm not okay with the things he's saying and platforming that with me communicating with him because I'm going to be ignorant. I don't know my history and I'm going to do a disservice. As you can see, no offense to the Hot Facts, he tried to do what he was doing, but he was ignorant to like if he says something, it's like what I forgot that phrase goes, tomato, tomato. Like he's not hitting him back with the point rebuttal based on like the history. He's
But
just
it's not a debate, and it goes back. There's no such thing as a right person or a right time, because like this is your problem. You want to be right when it's really not being right. He was having a discussion, not a debate, not a match. Like, you know, like that's how you got to go into it, because you know. And I'm looking at this picture right now. It looks like Hot Facts has a bob from like a weave. He looks like he has a weave bob. By the way, in the photo, look like a whole baby mom's. So set aside from that, but it's like, you know, you're having a discussion. You know, stop thinking about facts and, you know, like shoot, like going. I'm not saying you got to do what JB. I'm saying for your own, like, stop thinking like things are like matches, debates. I gotta win. Someone gotta lose. Shoot, explore his mind. He explore yours.
no. Let me make that clear. I'm not when I say debate. Remember, I started the whole conversation. So I don't call it debates. I do more of conversation. Remember, I just started doing that with you know, I did with 3 people. So it would be a conversation. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't know enough about my history to where I would embarrass us. You would be in the back yelling like, dude, like, why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? To respond with him saying, you know, something so small as in like black people are inferior when it comes to opening up businesses. Like you can go to the history of the fact that we were like doing better than white people per capita or whatever in regards to us opening up businesses compared to them at one point in like the 20s and 30s. And then they got, you know, they did the bombings and the taking the businesses away and land away. A lot of different factors that played a part back then that affects us now. And I'm not going to I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna tell him, he's in the chat. I'm not doing it now. I've been on here for 3 hours. I gotta go to work, but I'll find some educated people. And if they want to do it with you, I'll reach out because that's the only way I'm going to platform that. But the reason why I told Hot Facts, the reason why I said don't do it, because I just didn't feel like he was at the level of allowing this man to come and talk and say all these bad things without being able to respond in the proper way. I'm sorry, black folks that got knowledge and are educated, not saying Hot Facts is educated. He's educated. I'm not trying to diss him. I'm just saying it's levels to it. You know, see, it's a difference from that. I forgot that black lady's name that be on the Breakfast Club. Not Angela Yee, but the other one.
Angela Yee is black. She's like black and Asian.
No, not Angela Yee. I'm talking about her name. First name, I think, Angela like Simmons or something. She's like the political commentator. She's smart as hell. Like that's the type of person that I would want to debate outspoken racists because they would actually have the facts. With me, it's going to be a coon fest. It's literally going to be me laughing and giggling and thinking about the views and all that. It would be nasty. I'm not selling. I'm sorry. Even though y'all think a lot of people think less of me, I'm not selling my people out for that because it's going to literally just be that.
What questions would you have for him? Or what would you like to ask him? What would you like to?
I mean, he already answered them all on here, so it would really be me just doing it for views because he already like I would ask him, why did he hate black people?
But okay, you got to go in depth. You got to say what in your life made you hate black people. You got to think in like long sentences and try to understand.
But you see what I'm saying, Ski? I don't know. I don't have that type of. I'm not that smart. That's why I would like you to do it because you would actually get something. Him coming on with me would just be entertainment, and if the views would be high, but I'm selling my people out because I'm just gonna make us look like trash because I'm not gonna have any rebuttals really. I mean, it's gonna be.
If you think about it, any type of success, everyone's gonna be considered a sellout. You know, at the end of the day, like Couldn't the people at the beginning of your channel, like, you know, I think Abadia, he been here since the beginning of your channel. He came because of the right.
Skip,
Well, he came
question, Skip. If I let him on right now, can you stay on and you talk to him?
Well, really, I'm not going to talk to him because this is your channel. But I mean, I'll stay here and mediate. You know,
No,
I
I'm not. I can't. I gotta stand for something, and I gotta draw that line. He said too many. Like, if the conversation is gonna be with somebody smart enough to debate him, because it's gonna be a debate, more so a conversation / debate, to where you're going to tell him how where he's wrong, why he's wrong. Then we could do that. With me, I'm not putting myself in that position because I don't know enough. I'm just the guy the past 2 weeks that flipped from like talking crap about black folks because I didn't know enough. I thought we were just destroying everything. And then now I see why, when I saw that woman get shot for doing nothing but her job. And then now we got this guy who threatened to kill people over being black. And even if that's satire, there's still cops that think that way. There's still freaking firefighters that won't run in a building and save a black life because they're thinking, oh, I ain't doing that, even though they're supposed to do that to the best of their ability. You know, you have doctors that, like my uncle, lost his leg because the white doctor said, I ain't working on that nigger, and sent them home. And then the next day he comes back with a blood clot in his leg that could have been solved the day before, and he would have had his leg, and he sued him and got paid for that. And that was in like the 2000s, early 2000s. These are all things that happen to black people that, you know, somebody smarter than me can literally put out.
Yeah, well, Dennis is like, it kind of goes back to the whole thing of like, I'll do it, but I want you off and I want Christina on. I think me and Christina.
No, I'm not going to be on it. I'm going to fade to black and just.
No, I want me and Christina there because then I think me and her, you know, we're like, you know, the dream team, Harlem Globetrotters. We can Harlem Globetrotter this.
Well, Christina, are you down to come on?
Yeah, I want her up here.
Yeah, if you do it, Christina, I'm gonna fade to black. I just I gotta stand for something, and I'm only landing this on my channel right now because of the fact you guys
Dennis,
are smarter than me.
I think you should promote it. Wait, Christina said yes. I wanted to say no, but anyways, no, but Dennis, like, you should promote the live. That's what you should be doing. You need to take notes from Robert Reese, promote these discussions, and shoot. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. At the end of the day, anyone that makes money in life will always be considered a sellout, you know, by anyone. Not everyone's not going to agree with you, bro. So it's kind of like, if you don't want to do with JB, I'm saying in the future you should promote these discussions and promote them on different channels, because that's what they're doing. Because right now, I don't know if you're my friend laughing in the background, man. We watching this on Tuesday, and it's like, once again, I think I told you in the comments, I only really want to watch your channel. Like, don't take that, no Diddy.
I appreciate
it. I really rather you get the view. But if I gotta go to Robert, I go to Robert because, you know, he black, you know, black connections, you know.
Yeah, you can even look like Ski. You gotta understand. I'm down with you doing it on his channel. The whole point of the matter is I gotta stand for something. I'm gonna stand for that. He said enough on there to where I just can't put myself to that conversation because I'm not educated enough. I'm gonna continue saying that. I don't know my history. I'm just now learning. And my uncle did get like $2 million from that incident. So what I'm saying is, if I did it, it would only be for the views and engagement and money that people may give me for pandering to some views that I may not believe in, but I may say, because let me tell y'all this, let me keep it a buck. It was a telling sign that I agreed with this man with a few of the points he made, but it was what he said after that was nasty. And there's no context being said after. So I'm not doing a live with you. I can't. This is what I'll do. I'll find some people who want to come on here, and we'll do like Monday or Tuesday.
You're trying to hire a hitter, bro. You're trying to hire a hitter. Like, the only thing I want you to do is just ask that man, what did he mean by that? And ask him if he's serious. Because I didn't know about the situation until it was on your channel. I don't follow you to other channels. Like, I just think, like, shoot, he's saying that, you know, he didn't say that. You saying that he is. I'm not saying you need to bring him on your channel, but he needs to kind of explain that for the safety of you and Christina, you know, because, you know, Christina's well loved on this channel. So it's like, you know, we got to make sure that she's good, you know, like she's like first lady on this channel. Well, second lady on this channel. But like, I'm being honest, you have an issue with JB. That issue is he threatening you and Christina.
No, let me tell you, Ski. Let me tell you before. So I want to go take it there. Here's the thing. The issue I had with him is more so, the issue I have with him is that I am I don't like racist people, even black people that say they don't like white people because of their skin color. I don't care about whatever, just you can't be racist. So my thing is, I didn't like that he put those threats out to the point that Christina had to tell, people to make sure she's protected. And that messed up stuff with her, and that messed up some stuff with me in my home base, because people think that I'm just out here, got people wanting to hurt me and harm me, etc. So the whole point of the matter is, he said what he said about black people. We know he's an open racist. He doesn't like black people because of, his just mindset. He said it all on here. I get nothing out of this other than he gets some views that he can use for Rumble. Another black person that he's so-called gonna own, because I'm sorry, Hot Facts, but he was literally like, you look bad on his life. I'm just saying. The conversation was entertaining, but it's only entertaining because he literally was sunning us. And I don't know enough about black people, like our history, other than American history, to like talk to the guy. And I'm not putting myself in that situation where I'm on video looking like an idiot with a racist white guy. Now, here's the thing. If I get, somebody that's smarter than me to come on with me, I'll reach out to the guy and we'll do it. But it's going to be with the majority of my channel agreeing that they think this is a good idea, because I don't care. I'm not doing that for I'm not going to monetize the video. It's going to be literally.
Then it's like, you're a full-time YouTuber. In life, there's things that you don't want to do. It's kind of like the club business. You might not want to do this. You might not want to promote this person. You may not like Sexy Red, but if Sexy Red gonna get that money, you're gonna have to promote that show. That's just your job. Your job now is a full-time YouTuber. There's gonna be people that you're gonna have to work with that you don't want to work with. There's gonna be people that you don't want to talk with. And it's like, I'm not saying him particularly, but you have to understand, if you're gonna do anything to the full extent, you're gonna have to do it. Like, I work at a bank. There's a lot of people I don't want to work with. There's a lot of people I don't want to talk to. I have to do it because that's my job. Your job now is not to fumble this bag. Every day past is a day gone. You're a full-time YouTuber. Business is business, and you need to go in with that mindset, because you can't drop this bag. I'm not saying with JB Gunner, but Cali Girl, she deserves a Birkin bag. She deserves everything. She deserves a boat, a yacht, a moat, a bot, everything. But you are a full-time YouTuber, and you have to understand, it's just like Uber. You want to drive 12 hours a day. You don't want to do it. You have to do it. You know why? Because you're a man. You have testicles.
Yep. No, I get, but I get all that. But once again, you got to stand for something. And my thing is, like, here's the thing. Me and him talking would do nothing but just, it's going to be surface level. Because remember, all this stuff,
higher, bro. Like, you're going to get that exposure.
No, it won't. No, it ain't. But like I said, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to reach out to him. It's going to be promoted. I'm not letting him. I'm not going to let him jump on. But Ski, listen, like I'm telling you, I'm not going to do it right now, because first off, if I'm going to do that, it's going to be promoted to where people are going to know I'm doing it. So that way we have actual people watching. I'm not letting him come on right now. It's going to be pointless. Secondly, like I got to have the questions. You got to be context. I'm not doing the whole, because he's going to ultimately make me look dumb, because we are the most violent people in this country, but not in the world. White people are the most violent people in the world, but in the country, we are the most violent people. He got that one. We do hurt our women more than everybody else, in the same, same level. There's a lot of stuff we do.
That's not true. But I got to address Judge by 12. Judge by 12 asked me why would I tell you to crash out. I'm not telling Dennis to crash out. I'm saying, like, he said he's gonna do YouTube full time. I'm saying, like, there's gonna be things that he has to kind of like. It's kind of like this. Me, I'm not trying to do YouTube full time. If I was, I would have to get over showing my face. What I'm saying is, once again, I from my understanding, I thought Dennis wanted to do this full time. Obviously, it's like
you got to graduate. They got to graduate it. You got to understand. You got to gradually get there. Like, it starts with me being consistent and posting videos on all my YouTube. On all my social media platforms, which is what I'm doing right now. You got baby steps to get there. But what I'm saying is,
amazing Cali Girl. She said that she would never get a Birkin. Well, Dennis going to buy you a beachfront property. I'm gonna make sure.
No, she doesn't care about all that materialistic things. I want you to understand. No, I get you, but just real quick. No, but real quick, just hear me out, man. Like, JB, I'm not having you on right now. If it's anything, it's going to be constructive, and I'm going to take time to do my research to actually have questions that actually matter. We're not doing, it's going to be a Fox News interview or conversation to where we're talking about Black people, because I would literally be bashing because the stuff that you said was the same stuff I was saying a month ago, except for the fact that I didn't add the whole I want to eliminate Black people or send Black people back to Africa. I didn't say that. Other than I said ninjas, that continue to do crime, they need to be put in a helicopter and threw over a volcano and just launch them. If you hurt a woman or a kid or whatever.
And it's how you grow socials though, and it's kind of like you got to take the good with the bad. Like for example, you took the bad of that conversation and you did nothing but promoted Robert Reese. I love Hot Facts, but all you did was promote them and give them more money. So here it is, you're doing free promo when it's like this whole live is just promoting Robert Reese. So now you're going to get people in the background. They'd be like, did Robert Reese pay Dennis to do this? Whereas you're doing all this work, but you're not gaining anything. You're not gaining any traction. But this is how you can grow your socials. However you do it, you have to accept the consequences that come with it. It's no different than Channing Tatum. Not Channing Tatum, Officer Tatum. I'm pretty sure people made threats on his life. So therefore, he's going to have to get security. He's going to have to do this and that. But then the payout is he gets endorsements. He gets this and that. It's kind of like you got to have that long-term view. And it's like, it's whatever you want to do. Because, man, whatever you want to do, you're going to do. I can see it.
It's levels to it. What do you think about this dude? White man built this country. Y'all trying to take credit for it. What do you think about this?
The white man, this is the white man's country. Did he build the country? My thing is, you asking us, that's something that you should ask JB. Take that question down, steal his question. Jimmy Font says you don't own nothing, bro. So we taking that question. So you built that comment, we taking that question.
Is it true? Question. Black people built this country?
Man, listen, this country, us Black people, we have survived human trafficking. And we got no payment for that. But the whole thing is, I'm saying, Dennis, ask that question or have that discussion with somebody that can get you the views. Like, yeah, I could get you views and Wordplay can get you views. But Dennis, we want to see you out there with a real gold chain. Throw that fake chain in the garbage. We want to see a big DJ on your neck. That's what we want to see. We want to see ignorant stuff. We want to see 46-inch rim on your bike. That's what we want to see.
I got you. But bottom line is this. Look, he can say all he wants to say in the chat. It ain't about being scared. It's about plot. It's about planning and plotting putting myself in the right situation. And right now, that's not the right situation, because if I'm doing it's going to be with people actually watching, and it's going to be with at least one educated person, because I'm going to look ignorant. Because once again, I can't act like I wasn't saying the same things, 2 months ago or a month ago. Like, I'm sorry, we're not doing that, because all it's going to do is be bashing Black people fest. When he says something, like the whole.
Well, then if you don't want to do it, stop giving him free promo, because you're giving him more money. Bro, you don't understand. This right here is putting more money in his pocket. Like, for example, when I grew up, they said a true racist don't want other men to have money. So why would you promote a Black man business? Here it is. You don't like, Vanilla Wafer, but you promoting him. You giving him money. He's making money off of you, and you just sitting down in that chair you haven't cleaned. You got to use that Febreze on the chair and, edge up all messed up. What you need to do, go to the barber, get that fixed, and take
I cut my own hair, man. I
mean, I don't know, but the only thing I'm saying is, Dennis, look at me when I'm talking.
You don't like this?
Dennis, what I'm saying is, you giving him free traction. Like, my friend knows about it. A whole lot of people know about it, bro. And we all gonna go there on Tuesdays. Not we all, but I'm gonna be there on Tuesdays just to hear. And I want to see you get this bag, because here it is. Everybody's making a bag off of you like you a slave. Are you a slave still?
No, it ain't that. It's
but they're all making a bag off of you though.
No, it ain't that. I got 51 people in here. I told you I told you an hour ago I was supposed to be off this live. I'm not gonna sit here, and I know it's gonna go longer than what he's trying to say, 15 minutes. I gotta go to work. I got a job. I gotta do.
JB begging for a feature.
Yep, but I can't right now because I got a job I gotta go to.
No, I'm not
already an hour and a half late.
In the future, promote, take a note out of Hot Facts book. Promote your stuff. Promote it to.
No, I do. Before I do any type of conversation,
really. I just get on here and I see you on here many times. But we don't know if you having a debate. We don't know if you're going, like, you know, you want us to bring 50 subs to, or no, 50 views to Pedro's and Hannibal channel a day before, but we don't like Pedro and Hannibal, bro. Like, that was kind of like, you know, we don't like that. Like, you know, I'm not going to say, like, once again, bro, I want to see you and Cali Girl in a restaurant.
We can still do that, but real quick, I gotta end this because I'm not about to be a Tyson of doing that. Let me say this. Queefador, just chill. You were going once again to different channels and different places talking crap instead of just being a man and just telling me, because I always treated you like a man when everybody neglected you and treated you like you're like the bastard child. I'm the one that always said, you know what, you matter, Queefador. So just stop it.
But
okay?
Dennis, this is my next idea. You know, if you're not gonna do JB, promote a talk with Conquistador. You know, start small. You know, you're not ready to hit the big boys like Vanilla Wafer. Start small. You know, say Conquistador, let's have a discussion. Promote that. You know, say like, you know, just try to promote that. You know, because I think it'd be really interesting. The man has a gap in his tooth that can fit a cigarette. So therefore, you can promote that, bro. Here it is. You sitting back. You giving Conquistador shine. But listen, we gotta warm you up. But you know, you about to leave. We about to let you go to work. You know.
Yeah.
But
I got a question for you. Do you like white people?
Me?
Do you like white people?
Do white people like me?
I believe so.
Well, the thing is this though. You know, we need to save this for the real ones.
Would you have a white baby?
Well, once again, I could tell you I've been through a lot of things, like even within the last 4 months where I applied to over 150 jobs, went to 20 different interviews. And once again, my friend knows my real name and I have a very black sounding name. And, you know, even though that I've went to college, I did all these things. It is what it is.
I get it, but I'm saying, do you like white people?
Do I like white people? I don't like American white people because they're the most ignorant. But I've been around different white people from different countries. Because American white people, they're just ignorant. But it's just the whole thing of like, you know, like Maverick. I like Maverick. You know, I can see the accent, and he has his own thoughts and ideas. I like Maverick though. He's cool. Like, but the whole thing is just like, once again, Dennis, I want you to promote a talk with you and Conquistador. Start small. From Conquistador,
start small and get there.
Graduate to Torque. And I think, bro, I want you to gain traction. I want to see 10 pounds on you by like August.
Okay, because I'm thinking here, like, you know, like I said, this is all new to me. And the thing is, I've never experienced a 100% out the closet white racist man. This is the first for me. So I can't do it without being prepared.
I'm
not going to do that. I'm just being honest with you guys. I never experienced the openly, I hate black people, racist man. I can't imagine doing.
You've been doing this on your YouTube channel. You interviewed a whole lot of people. They were
not a racist white man. But I thought he was closet racist.
No, they were racist, and you didn't know until now. So what's the new?
Who would you say would be that racist?
Like, for example, you was talking to some white inbred on the porch about the.
Oh, you talking about the alligator man, crocodile man?
Yeah. The crocodile man that said he was mixed, but he's nothing but a what's that word? Call it a European mutt. So, you know, he's just a European mutt. But you try to say he mixed with black. Meanwhile, you can look at the man, you could just tell he's a European mutt, dirty boy. You know, brown stain in his underwear. He turns his underwear inside out to wear it for more days. You talk to that boy. But what I'm trying to say is, Dennis, you need to get used to this. Start small with Conquistador, graduate to Torp, and aim for discussions. Because, bro, you know, start small. Like, I want you to get this bag. You know, we tired of you going back and forth with rideshare, and we love you on YouTube. You know, we may not like you, but you are more entertaining than a Verizon TV package. And Christina says I'm trolling. Christina, I just offered to bring you on, and this is how you do me, man. I offered.
No. She's trying to make you. No, hold on, wait. She's trying to make you. Hold on, wait. No, she's trying to make you look good because, like, she's trying to make you look good because all the people think that you're being, you know, like you're like trying to set me up for something. She's saying you're just trolling.
I'm setting you up for a bag. She's sending you up for welfare. So what's the difference?
I mean, I think she likes you, man. I don't think it's any
No,
issues.
and extend she want to see you at the welfare office. I'm trying to see you at the bank.
Christine, I can't save you. I told you I've been just okay. Thank you. Okay, please. She says she loves you, man. I just don't want no more smoke. Come on, Christina, please.
We want to see you in line at the food bank. I want to see you in line to see Coyle Ray with, Sexy Red with Cali Girl. I want to see you guys take it to like. Nah, I'm not gonna say PT, but nah. But yeah.
Well, she's a fan of yours. So look, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I'll decide on that. If he still wants to do it, it would be after I am comfortable. And like I said, I'm not bringing on a outspoken racist because it would only be for views. It would be for the trolls to be loving it, and we're not doing that. I'm not because I know I'm not
the band.
I'm not educated enough. This is like telling Sexy Red to interview Barack Obama before he ran for president. Like, no, that's freaking stupid. Like that makes no sense.
But then everybody said Jeezy was stupid for making the song "My President Is Black," and look at him now, sitting back. Asian girl just divorced him. He don't need no Asian girl.
No, but I'm just saying though. Like, I don't want if he hates me because I'm black. There's nothing he could tell me that would make him. No, he is. No, he hates me because of me being black. I'm not able to just say, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" Like, it ain't happening.
See, that's where you go wrong. You got to say, "What's up, pal? How you doing over there, buddy?" Like that.
I'm just saying, no, we know where he stands. I get nothing other than views off of it, and that'd be a waste of my time. So if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be.
JB just said he doesn't hate you, and I think we need to because my friend told me this. You and Robert Reese is two black men fighting over a white man. That's some.
We're not fighting. We're not fighting over nothing. I'm just told him he shouldn't have put those text messages up. I was leaving him alone. I didn't even care about the video.
My friend said that was messy that you're texting another black man about don't do business with that white man.
No, I didn't say don't do business. I said that man said what he said about me, and I thought that he was at that time a pro-black, so I figured he wouldn't do it because he told me not to be platforming people that be talking bad about black people. Remember how I used to platform people that would just be bashing black people all day? Ski, you left my channel. Ski, you left my channel because I was talking down on black people.
I got banned. I didn't leave. I got banned.
No, but I'm talking about we argued. The reason why you kept coming on was because you thought that I thought I was better than black people, which is why you hit me with the PvP stuff, all that stuff. You thought I was talking down on black people, and I think I'm better than them. But you were trying to bring me down a peg. Like, why you act like you know
I'm telling you the real truth. The real truth was you was talking bad about your baby moms, and I love black women. You can't be talking bad about your baby moms. And I'm like, damn, like, dude, like, black women, baby moms, like, come on, man. That's
just
why
so
I really
Okay.
I mean that's the real reason why I came on, because you talking bad about black women, and I'm like, black women are so easy to talk crap about, but if you talk crap about Monica Lewinsky, you would have said she did what she had to do, and that's JB's mom right there, bro. Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office, just going ham, glazing all over Clinton. Clinton was the first black president. JB mad because he was just like, damn, my mom blew off the first black president. No Obama though.
Well, here's the thing. And by the way, guys, Christina's not talking to nobody that's actively doing that because she's been, it's been suggested not to. So she has nothing to say because it's just she's not gonna do it. No, why? Why waste the time?
Own woman. She pay her own bills.
No, she can do it if she wants to, but I suggested you don't. I'm not gonna let people having her think that she's okay with white, supremacists, whatever. Here's the thing I want you to remember.
Can you at least do one with Conquistador though? Because I think that
would say.
Can you at least do
look, he can reach out to me. He can reach out to me. We can have a conversation. Just reach out to me on email or Instagram, Quifador, and we can have a conversation if you don't want to apologize. But it ain't gonna be the way you're gonna go because I'm gonna call out the fakeness. And like I said, I have no issue with you. You're in the chat. I didn't block you. I just said it was phony that you were talking to me on my back. You didn't know I was part of Brandon's Discord, and then you went on Roy's channel talking mess, and then you went on here just talking mess like you're my ex-chick. Like, dude, just freaking, I thought you were more of a man. That's the reason why I was upset.
Practice with him, bring in questions, explore his mind. Don't say he's right or wrong. Conquistador, reach out to DJ at theamazinghustler@gmail.com. I'll sell the tickets. We're gonna get this done. You guys gonna have
I think. But yeah, just reach out to me. I think like Cali Girl just said, H-Way and Wordplay would have done a good job. They would have been good at it because they're educated in Black history. Me talking to this
anything. Because what education did Robert Reese do? He had a discussion. He just said
it didn't accomplish nothing other than make this man entertaining. Because I'm not gonna lie, the way that he was disrespecting Black people was absolutely funny. It was ignorant and it made me cringe. It made me want to turn it off. But me and Callie girl, I put like 15, 20 minutes of it on last night before she went to sleep. She fell asleep on it, but it was literally like he was saying some of the worst things. And it was literally like a comedy skit. It was like a Dave Chappelle comedy skit. Like, I think he's a rapper, a battle rapper, so he knows how to put words together to make it funny.
We want you to be a part of that, Dennis. I'm not
putting myself into that. No, because any of that can be clipped off, and with me not having no rebuttal, it literally makes you look ignorant as a black person. I'm sorry to have somebody talking about putting you, like sending you back to Africa, and you got no argument on you need to be sent back to the Caucasus Mountains because you came here and slaughtered people to take this land, and then he comes back with the we conquer the best. Yes, I get it. But like there, you got to respond to that. You can't be sitting here letting this man say these things because it's comedy. It's literally comedy to white people. White people get off on this. Like he's literally a comedian for white people.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I do get it. But it's like, like once again, it's kind of like how you want to take your channel. Like, you got to realize Malcolm X did this. Martin Luther King did this. A lot of people, do this. This is no different than if you're against this, then that means you're against the presidential debate. Where you got what's that shit called? Donald Trump versus Joseph Biden.
It ain't, bro. It ain't the same, man.
Like, I know it's not the same.
Like, why? I don't. Yeah, look, you can't convince me. I'm not bringing a guy on right now, and it's gonna take a lot of thinking about it. Just think about it, Ski. Come on, man. You be talking to me, Ski. I'm not educated in Black history. You were literally at my neck whenever I made a point. I was that guy. I was the guy talking about how bad Black people are, and you came at me with rebuttals and points to make me wrong. And now good and well that if that was the case back then, I got no better. I'm learning now about the flight of Black people and all of that.
I don't think but it's just the whole thing of JB sounds half deaf, and you say you can't compete with a half deaf man.
No, it ain't about competing. It's the fact of knowing the actual history. I would be pandering.
But Dennis, who's smarter, you or JB?
Oh, and life, and life experiences me.
Okay, you got this. You smarter than him. You better looking than him. You don't have tattoos. You got a girl. You live in a high rise. You doing better on this man. So at the end of the day, we have your back, Dennis. You think
okay.
It's not gonna be you against the world, Dennis.
No, I get it. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right now. I mean, I gotta stand for something. And I said I was gonna do it. So it have to be
bye.
I'm not. Come on, Ski, please. Ski, we're on good terms. Everything's cool. Why? Like, come on, man. Like, we can't. Y'all. This is what made me not want to do YouTube, Ski, because I can't make this channel you people happy because on one instance you guys hated. No, it ain't about you, Ski. It's about the situation. You guys wanted me to stop bashing Black people, stop being that guy. I stopped because I saw the other side of the situation. And then you were one of the people that came back and you saw I changed my ways. I stopped being that guy. Now that I'm that guy that you guys wanted me to be, and I'm happy to be in this guy because I'm starting to actually start to love again. Now you're trying to get me to be the other guy. Dude, if he comes on here, he's going to be me. It's going to be us bashing Black people because he doesn't know enough about me for us to have a conversation about nothing but why he hates Black people. Okay, I don't know enough that we're going to have a conversation because I don't rock with people that are racist. It goes for Black, white, any group of people or person that does not like a group of people because of their skin color, and they assume they're the worst. That's literally what a racist is. Okay,
but Dennis,
he's not prejudiced. He's a racist.
No, but that's what these people make you think is because it's a skin color. Like, for example, people might think I'm racist because of a skin color. It's not a skin color, and this is where we need to have you deeper. But Wordplay just said, I'm sending you up for failure, and you shouldn't do it in your opinion. They said the same thing about Coach Eli. Wordplay don't think you're smart enough, but I know you got
no, it ain't no. But Eli, that's what I'm saying, bro. Just please,
I know Eli's different.
No, like Eli is not the same level. Eli was literally, it was a debate. It was pretty much Eli calling Christina these names, talking about me because I talked about him first. We had a conversation, okay? We had a conversation. It's different than what would happen with freaking this guy. This guy's a racist. I'm not wasting my time talking to somebody that hates somebody because their skin color. Unless he was actually educated. We're not going to go nowhere. It's going to be him having a video they could post to his Rumble of him disrespecting a Black person. And what am I going to say when he says, like, I hate Black people because of this and that? What do I say?
But Dennis, the problem is you make everything about you it goes back to the whole thing of, do you want to bring awareness to this issue? Whereas you might be a reporter or a journalist that'd be like, well, I don't like death and murder, but I'm gonna have to go and report about it. How many people that do the news that'd be like, I don't want to hear this, but I have to let people know. You was doing that with the black people.
I get it, Ski. I'm not.
But no, but
I'm not doing it. Ski, we're wasting.
I don't want to do with JB, because once again, like,
I don't know any other races. That's the point. I didn't know races were still alive. That's the point. I'm trying to get you to understand. Ski, just I got to get off here. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to.
I apologize.
No, it's all good. I have no issue with you. It's just Ski. I said if you wanted to talk to him, I think you were playing H-way would be a good debate with the racists. But I don't have no interest in doing it because I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to a racist. Now, if I in the next few days thought of like a good topic that I think would make sense to have this discussion, then I'll do it. But I'm not doing just having a conversation with a guy that I know hates me because of my skin color. Like, there's no change in that man. He's already stuck in his ways. The only thing that benefits is him and having more content to post on his channel. That's why he's freaking in the chat thirsty, because he wants more content, because he gets paid off of disrespecting black people or beefing with people. That's how he makes his living off of YouTube. It's beef. He doesn't make it off of just talking about stuff. I mean, not all. It's pretty much him disrespecting somebody or something, and it's no point.
Can we have a new segment called Hot Tub with Dennis, where we can invite people to the hot tub? Not like the physical hot tub, but Hot Tub with Dennis, where it's like, we're going to invite Concrete Fedora. So right now I'm setting the date. My friend doesn't have a calendar in his apartment. So, okay, he don't need no calendar. So we're going to have, we're going to be inviting Concrete Fedora to
hold on. Did you say that was your friend, or did you say, hold on, what did you say again?
My friend, I'm over at his place. He doesn't have a calendar.
I thought you said something else. So go ahead.
The whole thing is we're going to invite Concrete Fedora to the hot tub. Hot tub exclusive access. We're going to, once again, we're going to invite Concrete Fedora to the hot tub. Dennis and DJ, DJ and Concrete Fedora are going to set that up. We're going to have to let Dennis get off because we got to see him get some bread, because he doesn't want to get bread on YouTube, but he's going to start slowly, baby steps. Wordplay doesn't think Dennis is smart enough. I think Dennis is a genius. So I think that's the end for this episode, right, Mr. Dennis Jerome?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Look, guys, I'll be back on tomorrow. I got to get to work. I've been on for 3 and 4 hours. If I did that, it got to make sense. I'm not doing it. Look, if no clip was clipped from Robert's live, so be it. It doesn't matter. Either way, appreciate you, Ski, for coming on. Either way, guys, here's the thing. I'm not doing that without it making sense. I'm not, because all it would be is for attention. Okay? It would be for attention. So with that said, I'm going to, continue grinding it out. I'm going to build this YouTube up. That's all I really got to say, because the way that live went, I can't see myself having a conversation with him. Now, just for the sake of me showing those clips and for, Robert to not, he said it was okay to use. I will say that if the racist did not clip or show any of that video for Rumble, that's on him. Okay, he didn't do it. Okay, allegedly, I said he did it, but he didn't do it. So allegedly, or whatever, he didn't do it. I don't care. When it comes down to it, doesn't make or break my life. I'm not doing a conversation with this guy because it's gonna just open up more racist people to go follow that guy, check that guy out, and ultimately it's gonna be a just bashing of black people, because I have nothing in common. I have nothing that I want to know about him. What else do I want to know about him? He said everything on Hot Facts channel. There's no reason to have him on here other than to build up his platform, because I'm not gonna lie. Like 2 months ago, before I saw that woman get shot and I started realizing the wrong of my ways, I probably would have been on this channel, like hitting a like button, like laughing at the stuff he says about black people, because I was ignorant and I was despicable. And I'm the guy that got to wake up every morning and think about the way I was treating my own people, all because of the hurt and pain that I had in the past. Okay? That's what I was doing. Okay? So once again, like, it would be nasty for me to go on there and have a conversation with him when just 2 months ago, I decided to switch my thought process, because before I was talking about same stuff he was talking about, except for the fact I wasn't adding no context behind it. So I'm not doing it. So with that said, he's more likely not going to change his stance on the way he feels, and it ain't my job to do it. So with that said, guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in, giving me the more likes than ever. Shockingly, I don't know how, even though it's only 19 likes, but more than ever. If y'all get the like button again for me, show me some love. If Wordplay, H-Way, anybody is smarter than me, I don't care if we have beef. I'm talking about smarter than me in the Black history. If you guys want to do that, then I'll be willing to do it. But it ain't going to be a conversation trying to make him likable, trying to make people want to go follow him. It's going to be a conversation on why you hate Black people and, go into depth on why. And I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm going to stand for something. I'm not dealing with people that, ultimately are would be a racist when they already did an interview or discussion with somebody else, Black, and they said all they needed to say. He asked all the questions that needed to be said. So with that said, appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's all I got. I'm out.